Chapter 1 begins titled The World After the Fall, introducing the protagonist. Despite everything, some birds chirp on a wire as the hero holds chips. The news talks about dust storms as the hero notices the chip bag is open. The hero tells the child it's not like that due to bad weather. Emergency news reports of an earthquake near Seoul. The news reports the earthquake's intensity is increasing and something must be done. Suddenly, his companion asks what something is. Before anyone could answer, a tremor causes the ground outside to erupt. A massive pillar of earth explodes upwards with great force, startling everyone. The force of the blast sends debris flying. A character yells, terrified. Amidst the chaos, someone yells, "Is everyone all right?" as dust falls. He assures the child that an ambulance is on its way. The child calls him thief faux pas. The hero protects the child as the building begins to crumble around them. After the collapse, a shot of England shows buildings falling apart. Meanwhile in Japan, the pair watch from safety. Gigantic, unidentified structures suddenly appeared in every country, including Seoul. They were called Nightmare Towers. A screen appears congratulating him, asking if he'll accept being a tower walker. He accepts. The hero, along with others, finds himself teleported into the Nightmare Tower's battlefield. The screen says obtaining items and skills will be like a game, but it's not a game. A message announces a tower impact is coming to their world. Someone wonders if that's what it'll look like. A worker asks Mr. Hio what's ahead. Mr. Hio looks confused, wondering what he is talking about. As others shout to call for help, a monstrous hand descends upon them. The workers are immediately attacked by multiple monsters with sharp teeth. A megaphone blares, likely broadcasting an emergency announcement. A new battle is about to begin. A massive explosion erupts amidst the workers, who are thrown into the air. Their screams get louder. The green-skinned monster roars as it charges towards its smaller black counterpart. The ground cracks open as the green monster attacks and destroys everything. Due to the monsters pouring out of the towers, a third of the world's population was killed. The people inside the tower could only watch as the disaster unfolded. The group looks overwhelmed by the offer, but one yells, "Let's climb the tower." Others agree, yelling to move forward and attack the tower together. They are mankind's last hope. To prevent the fall of mankind, the Tower Walkers finally began their attack. The Tower Walkers engage in battle against a large, green, monstrous creature. Someone touches the stone wall and realizes why they can't proceed forward. One Tower Walker asks what the problem is, saying they can break it down. Another says he's ignorant. The Tower Walker party discovers a mysterious glowing crystal on the ground. "Leader, take a look at this." The text says the glowing rock is a rare stone to turn back time. The Tower Walker leader announces to everyone he will use the stone himself. The leader's body glows intensely as he prepares to activate the stone. The Tower Walkers stand frozen in place, watching as the leader acts alone. He really. Someone questions if Hwang and Chang will return. Sakamoto thinks maybe he won't. But because the timeline split into parallel worlds, they can't meet him again. The Tower Walkers are shocked and worried because Hwang and Chang traveled back in time. Even though Hwang and Chang went back in time, this world won't change. Hwang and Chang theorizes everyone who has used the stone fell into the same timeline, adding it is beyond human imagination. Meanwhile, outside the tower, a second impact occurs. Devastation spreads once more. The Nightmare Tower looms large, casting a long shadow over the devastated landscape. Before all mankind on Earth is destroyed, the battle against the monsters rages. The Tower Walkers had to make a choice, as monsters swarm outside the tower. The panel gives the choice of either going to the past using the rare stone, or the hero must make a hard choice, but an ominous voice says, "Stay here and die." With a scream, a Tower Walker is brutally attacked by a monster. A Tower Walker is devoured as another says, "It's over, there's no hope." A man stands amidst the destruction thinking, "Yeah, this life's already screwed anyway." The man says, "Sorry, but we don't have any more chances now." He walks into the light. He steps forward, facing an enormous, terrifying monster with rows of sharp teeth. With unwavering resolve, the hero grips two blades, ready to face his fate. Cracks fill a stone wall, lines of power erupting from it. The sounds boom. As debris and dust fly, the tower walkers are knocked away by the force. Despite the chaos, someone asks if he is okay. He replies, yes, yes. Looking onward, a hero remarks, funny these be asterisk stars. The path forward glows brightly. The man is shocked, everyone ran away, he says, thanks. For enduring through it to the end, the hopes were riding on it. The wall bursts outward with an intense blast of power, the people not being controlled. Despite it all, the tower walkers become mankind's final forlorn hope. After the second tower impact, the world is forever changed. The leader, Hwang Chang, is severely injured. He pants heavily, surrounded by ruin. He coughs, struggling to breathe amidst the rubble and flames. When, he struggles to say, but what is he trying to ask? A dark thought bubbles up, did it go wrong? A monstrous roar echoes. A mysterious masked figure appears, beckoning the monster forward. This way, you monster, the figure yells. The leader screams, Yihun, don't, but it's too late, the masked figure declares, worry anymore. The masked figure swings his blade down, screaming, just die. Blood sprays as the blade continues its descent, now cutting Yihun. Amidst the chaos, Yihun wonders how many died, but is relived. Fortunately, it seems no one did. He confidently states that injured can recover if they rest after this fight. The masked figure pauses, murmuring, A sword, the true dragon sword, lays on the ground, waiting to be found as stated. The masked figure thinks, about time a weapon like this appeared. The masked figure's statement is cut short. Yihun's is on the 98th floor. The monster roars, aiming its fiery breath at Yihun on the 98th floor. Both Yihun and the masked figure are stunned. Yihun catches his breath from the monster's fiery assault and readies himself. The situation on the 98th floor grows increasingly dire. As the fire roars and envelopes him, Yihun braces himself for the monster's imminent attack. The ground beneath Yihun shatters as the fiery breath makes impact. Coughing up blood, Yihun's eyes widen as he realizes the attack landed. How futile, he thinks, staring intensely. A figure emerges from the collapsing debris, reflecting on all the victories we shared together. Yihun remembers all the time we spent. He grits his teeth, bloodied. The monster towers above, preparing another fiery blast. The monster's maw opens again, readying for another fiery blast aimed to finally incinerate Yihun. The monster's fiery breath explodes with the force of 1,000 suns, vaporizing the ground. A desperate voice echoes, Yihun, snap out of it, as the monster unleashes another wave of fiery breath. Amidst the fiery blast, someone cries out, Yunwen. Through the flames, Yunwen shouts, are you going to let me do this alone? Dust settles and the monster's ominous red eye glows in the darkness. Amidst the destruction, Yihun stares defiantly, blood running down his face. The monster roars, a terrifying display of rage and power washing over Yihun. Hearing the cry, Yihun clenches his jaw, it's Yunwen calling out to him. The monster lunges forward, closing the distance between them with incredible speed. The air crackles with heat and power. The monster's roar echoes, shaking the very foundations of the 98th floor. The impact sends debris flying. A massive explosion engulfs everything on the 98th floor. Blood trickles down Yihun's face as he grits his teeth. Yunwen's desperate cry echoes in his mind. The monster raises its foot, ready to stomp Yihun into oblivion. The monster's massive foot descends, thunder echoing. A flash of lightning illuminates its terrifying form. Amidst the destruction, a glimmer of hope appears, a light shining in the dark. Yihun's eyes burn with determination, even amidst the fiery chaos and destruction around him. Engulfed in a blinding inferno, Yiwen's fate hangs precariously as the monster's power reaches its peak. The earth trembles as pieces of the 98th floor break and float upwards. The very structure of the 98th floor seems to crumble and break apart after the blast. Coughing violently, Yiwen struggles to breathe amidst the raging inferno. This is. Coughing violently, Yiwen struggles to keep conscious amidst the destruction surrounding him. Yiwen grits his teeth and shouts out, "Let's go, Yunwen." The monster's bloody maw is agape as his friend lies defeated. Yiwen's eye darts open. He mutters, remorse filling him, "I'm sorry." Yiwen, wounded and bloody, hears Yunwen's name echo in his mind once more. Despite the monster's fiery assault, we flash back to a time when Yiwen was smiling, nicknamed the Smile Knight. And thus the Smile Knight lost his smile for the first time. "Go," someone says. Covered in dirt, the masked figure speaks, "Get lost quick before I change my mind." From the rubble, Yiwen coughs. I can't die here," he thinks as he struggles to stand. Holding a blood-stained rock, the masked figure wonders aloud if Yiwen noticed something. "You are much stronger than I had thought." The masked figure is covered in dirt and he coughs. "Thanks to you I got clarity," he says. Yiwen mutters, "If it's you, it's a relief you're in this world." The 98th floor is open to the sky. What awaits beyond the light? The smoke fades, Yiwen lies on the ground defeated. What lies ahead? A collage of faces appears, whose memories are these. With renewed resolve, Yiwen shouts, "Let's go ahead." Suddenly a bright light emerges. Has a path forward opened, or is it a trap? Through the dust and debris, Yiwen sees a pathway open before him. Is this, he wonders. Instead of a fiery inferno, Yiwen finds himself in a snowy field. Snowy field. Chapter 3 begins. The world continues to struggle in the aftermath of the tower's appearance. Yiwen trudges through a blizzard, his breath visible in the freezing air. He is struggling to move. He pants heavily, struggling to keep going through the deep snow. Energy swirls around him. Yiwen leaps back to avoid the deadly ice shards, narrowly escaping death. He spits blood, but the giant ice monster roars, demanding if Yiwen will finally give up. Yiwen smirks, ice crystals forming on his fist as he taunts the monster. An explosion of icy energy erupts, obliterating the surrounding snow and ice. Yiwen gasps for air, the icy landscape reflecting his exhaustion from the blast. He pants heavily, his eyes narrowing as he prepares for the next attack. The ice monster reforms, and Yiwen wonders if it's playing a game. Yiwen remembers that it's been 10 years since he's reached the 99th floor of the tower. Yiwen is blown back by the force. A mysterious message echoes in his mind. The frost dragon Velikisis, boss of the 99th floor, unleashes an icy breath. An echoing voice says the dragon came to the forgotten earth. Yiwen reflects he would have died already. He remembers the true dragon sword he got on the 85th floor. And now, Yiwen remembers the bracelet of the Fire King. A voice echoes calling out Hanseoil. An icy aura surrounds the area. A voice echoes "I'm sorry" as a ghostly woman watches Yiwen, her sorrowful gaze intense. Yiwen looks at his bracelet thinking, if I were just a bit stronger. He sees a pool of blood and sword fragments. A voice echoes in Yiwen's mind, commanding him to look here. The voice echoes Yiwen's name and yes, sorry. Are you going to try again? Someone forging metal says he should go. Another man is ready to crack it this time. A voice responds with relief. The blacksmith of Atopos, named Jay, remembers when the village was reclaimed. It was after monster dragon Altaminas was destroyed. The panel shows the remains of Atopos, where walkers fought and died daily. Even with the devastation, they never lost hope. The priests formed a rescue team for fallen fighters. Blacksmiths in Atopos freely forged weapons for the walkers who fought for the people. They would do anything to help. The blacksmith Jay says he seems to be the last one left alive in the village. Materials aren't coming from the lower floors, and I don't have many ores left. A grim voice narrates, since there are hardly any living humans left. No one has been climbing the tower in a long time. All the humans on Earth seem wiped out. Yiwen lowers his head, a sense of grim determination washing over him. the blacksmith shouts, demanding his attention. Jae asks Yihun if anything has worried him while climbing the tower. Yihun realizes something. It involves the place where the stone of regression was found. He looks at the markings around him, a tower within a tower. Someone says old lady Hyern disappeared the day before yesterday. That's odd. A stern face looms above as people below hold crystals. Either they went back in time. Or did they jump off the tower? Yihun's bloodied face implies an alternative fate. A picture shows Hyern of Hyern potions and Jae from his workshop. Both supported the last walkers of Atopos. A fire burns in Atopos. Yihun grits his teeth, Jae. Yihun grabs Jae's hand and demands to be taught the blacksmithing skill. Jae swings the hammer, ready to teach Yihun. Yihun stares intensely, absorbing the knowledge. The voice booms of the tower there's never been in history. The monster's voice booms in Yihun's mind, admitting he's quite amazing. The monster declares it will be a shame to kill Yihun now. Yihun thinks it's impossible. The ice dragon says, I don't know, I don't think that's the case though. Yihun draws his true dragon sword, his expression determined, ready for battle. The ice dragon's voice echoes again, taunting Yihun's armor. The ice dragon thinks it's slowly chipping away. Ice energy intensifies around the dragon's form. The title card for the chapter shows the world after the end. The world after the end. The air crackles with the immense energy of the frost dragon, Velikisis. An icy blizzard suddenly erupts, freezing everything in its path. The blizzard settles, revealing the frozen ground stained with fresh blood. Amidst the frozen landscape, Yihun lies injured and defeated, surrounded by ice shards. Velikisis looms over Yihun's broken body, so you're fighting to the end. Despite his attempts to persevere, the end result will always be overwhelming loneliness. Yihun's name echoes in the wind. Everything fades to black. Yihun falls into nothingness. A voice pierces through the dark, hey. Yihun, bloodied but unbowed, spits out, you talk too much. Yihun is sent flying back by an unseen force of the frost dragon's power. Another thrust after all that talk. The frost dragon continues his relentless assault. Velikisis states, give up human, you cannot defeat me with that skill alone. He abandoned hidden skills to focus on mastering the thrust. He thrusts and thrusts again, each strike fueled by his unwavering determination. Yihun recalls killing 50 million monsters with his evolving thrust skill. Faster, more precise, and stronger. As a result, his thrust is becoming more powerful. The thrust evolved beyond a simple attack and is now comparable to a hidden skill. Yihun thinks this is a bit tough. The frost dragon expresses surprise, a single scratch after hundreds of thrusts. Yihun realizes it's too late to dodge. Damn it, he is impacted by the frost dragon. The frost dragon's attack resonates with a familiar light. It's the same light that I saw. The text shouts on the 98th floor as Yihun is slammed through a wall. The words, if that's the case, appear as Yihun grips his weapon tightly, ready to fight on. Dust and debris explode around Yihun. The frost dragon's power intensifies. Velikis's foot comes crashing down, freezing everything under its immense power. Yihun barely dodges the attack. Yihun spits out the words U-D as he stares up at the frost dragon ready to fight. Velikisis says dare. Yihun spits out, it still wasn't enough. A flurry of ice magic surrounds the frost dragon as it warns Yihun. Velikisis, surrounded by a flurry of ice magic, declares, I'll finish you off for good this time. Frozen shards explode as the frost dragon unleashes another devastating attack. Yihun is engulfed by the blast. Yihun is barraged with even more attacks while airborne. He realizes his chances of winning are slim. Another icy explosion rocks the area, engulfing Yihun completely in the freezing onslaught. What could Yihun possibly do? Velikisis states it's unfortunate Yihun is alone. Yihun responds weakly, shut up. Yihun's thoughts ring out, would have been completely different, what a shame. The frost dragon questions Dream Demon Stone. Yihun replies, what are you talking about? The frost dragon's power shakes the very ground. More attacks are on the way. The frost dragon prepares another attack. Is this the end for Yihun? Yihun, exhausted and battered, clutches the wall, panting heavily. He looks like he is barely holding himself up. The Frost Dragon says if only Yihun's race wasn't fooled by the Dream Demon Stone. Yihun is clearly feeling the effects of the relentless attacks. Blood drips down his face. 5 years have passed since the initial battle with the Frost Dragon. The area where Yihun once stood is now a crater, evidence of the Frost Dragon's immense power. Yihun sighs as multiple status windows pop up around him. There are so many pop-ups. Yihun is suddenly snapped out of his daze as he hears a mysterious voice. The Frost Dragon asks, "What is the Dream Demon Stone?" It muses he already knows the answer. "You will learn everything." The text states on the last floor, as an ice dragon sword appears. Yihun examines the ice dragon sword. It doesn't really look like a sword, more like a dagger. A massive explosion of dark ice consumes everything. Is this the end? Yihun wonders if this is the door. It seems he finally reached the last floor. With renewed resolve, Yihun prepares for his next attack. Let's go. Mysterious dark liquids rise around Yihun. Are these new opponents? The world has changed after the tower's impact, and our hero will persevere. The air crackles with energy. Yihun sees a looming dark figure ahead. Yihun emerges from the inky depths, his face grim and determined. Yihun walks forward, a heavy silence settling around him and old memories. Yihun asks, "Is this the current view of the tower?" A spawn circle at Atopos. A voice booms, "I thought you'd go to the village first." A voice pleads with Yihun to relax. "I forgot to send an important message." A screen appears, congratulating Yihun for clearing the tutorial of World 294. Yihun stands in a lake of the dead, illuminated by a strange device in his hand. A tear falls. Water rushes around his boots as a voice taunts, was that too shocking for you?" The taunting voice echoes in Yihun's mind. "You might get swallowed by your emotions." The dark figure with glowing eyes stares intently. Tension fills the space. The dark figure looms, though it looks like that's a bit too late. The dark figure continues, "You've endured it well for a human." A thought bubble appears above the dark figure as his eyes glow brighter. The water explodes around Yihun. He seems to be at the base of the tower. Yihun grits his teeth, water plastered to his face, a dangerous glint in his eye. The dark figure's glowing mouth opens. "You're recovering faster than I expected." Yihun demands, "Who the hell are you?" A figure announces, "I've been chatting without introducing myself." The dark figure is shocked that Yihun reached the tutorial's 100th floor. "I am the Demon Beastrain." Yihun wonders if everything up till now is merely a tutorial. Does that mean there's still a main game? The Demon Beastrain says, "But before that, there's something I need to show you." Yihun looks up, puzzled as the Beastrain gestures. "What's this?" It looks like some sort of game. Yihun wonders what's happening. The Beastrain replies, "What's this door? I guess it's opening." The Beastrain reflects that it's refreshing to see a scene like this. It's fine, right? The Demon Beastrain speaks of nostalgic faces. Those faces we'll never see again. Suddenly the Beastrain's words echo, "Oh, now it's going to happen soon, hey Yihun." The Beastrain taunts, "Really, no one would have expected it until this point." The Demon Beastrain's words hang heavy as Yihun sees Seoil's lifeless body. A voice echoes, "Open your eyes, Seoil, please." Yihun's sorry, he can't help but cry. The Beastrain empathizes, he cried too. "How are those?" The Demon Beastrain speaks, "Restart this game from the beginning." The Demon Beastrain laughs, relishing Yihun's pain. "Honestly, isn't it such an amazing benefit?" A voice booms, "The absolute one who starts anew with memories intact." Yihun wonders this isn't the end. A strange screen appears. It asks, "Will you respond to the call?" The Demon Beastrain's true form is revealed. "I got fooled," Yihun thinks. The words right from the beginning hang over a ruined cityscape, destroyed buildings visible. The narrator reflects that there was no stopping the tower's initial impact. Above the carnage, the words "to continue clearing the tower" appear, "for the redemption of humanity was." The Demon Beastrain says, "You should have known that." Yihun simply states, "I will." Yihun's face is marred with scars as the Beastrain states, "Never go back to the past." The bee strain laughs manically. H-A-H-H-A-H-A-H, Seoil's mask lies broken on the ground. The demon roars with laughter. The echoes resound around the area. Bee strain asks, "You're still on about that past?" Yihun hardens, "I'll let you know clearly." The demon bee strain declares, "I cannot send you back to the past." Yihun's face shows confusion as he asks, "What's that supposed to mean?" The bee strain continues to speak, "If only your kind wasn't fooled by the stone of incubi." The bee strain thinks upside down, how unfortunate. He then declares, "Let me correct that." The bee strain reveals that it wasn't the stone of regression, but the stone of incubi. The bee strain clarifies it wasn't regression, it was a dream made by the incubus. The bee strain muses, "Before the 77th floor I would have never imagined." The bee strain states, "You humans were probably the only ones to do this." The bee strain states, "Sure, that might be the case. Shall we start the main game?" A screen prompts him after clearing the tutorial, "Will you continue the main game?" Bee strain thinks, "I believe you'll make a rational decision." Yihun is startled, confused. The bee strain remarks, "Thanks to you, I now know the reality behind the tower." Yihun realizes, "I was already inside the incubi's dream the tower had made." Yihun glares, his face a mask of determination. The bee strain adds, "If that's the case." Yihun's boot sinks into the water. He is standing in something. Yihun stands resolute in the water, his gaze intense. "I will hunt you." The title card then appears again, proclaiming the world after the fall. Chapter 6, The World After the Fall. The nightmare towers still stand tall. Yihun's eyes narrow as he declares his intent, "I will hunt you." He grips his sword, determination burning in his eyes, and moves to the next floor. A dark figure laughs, claiming the tower ends here, taunting Yihun about rewards. A monstrous dragon head and hooves crash down before Yihun with intense force and speed. The figure mocks Yihun, a sinister "Ha, really?" echoing through the air. It offers him anything he desires, a hidden item, a skill. Yihun resolutely grips his sword, dismissing the figure's tempting offer. "I don't need anything like that." The sinister figure looms closer, its words echoing, "Don't you want the world you know?" The sinister figure chuckles, "I'm sure you've expected this in a dream." Yihun's face is battle-worn, but he finds an old friend. "Hey, you're late." "A friend forgot to buy the movie tickets. I'll buy them, let's go." He is covered in dirt and sweat, utterly baffled. What is this? Suddenly he is struck, sent hurtling backwards into an alternate reality. A voice booms with laughter. "I see that you are now getting a grasp." The world around him is normal, people minding their own business. Nobody is dead, isn't that amazing? The figure watches him carefully. A voice booms, claiming this is good news for a unique group. Ah. Yihun sees patients in beds, he looks distraught at the sight of them. What is going on? Yihun wakes in a bed, confused, "Is that me?" A voice speaks, "In your world, only about a month or so has passed." The figure speaks, "Furthermore, you could never beat me," its dragon form imposing. A huge gap exists. Yihun, bloodied and bruised, declares, "That's nothing if you're a dragon." Yihun's grip tightens on his sword. "I've already caught one." The dragon laughs. Yihun yells, "You arrogant punk." Yihun charges forward, his blade a blur of speed and determination. The force of impact sends splinters and dust flying. The battle has begun. Jay, bloodied and clutching potions, responds to Yihun, "I'm here." Yihun peers through the dim light of a candle, calling out, "Jay." The blade slams into the ground, dust and sparks erupting on impact. Yihun wipes sweat from his brow. He's challenged him 72 times but can't hurt him. Yihun is injured despite the odds, he thinks, but I didn't die either. Yihun's face is grimy, sweat and blood mixed together, no matter how many years. The dragon's voice booms, "Endure it, I have to sell him." The dragon's voice booms, declaring Yihun a special product. The figure stares intently, as a cultivator. The first stage of cultivation involves carefully choosing the best seeds to grow. These seeds come from the tutorial game. These selected seeds grow quickly through the main game, in other words. The dragon states cultivation means raising selected seeds. He wonders if Yihun refuses to level up. The dragon wonders, should I just kill him off? But he contemplates, the soul won't disappear. The dragon ponders, but what if I damage his soul due to the power gap? The dragon thinks he must raise Yihun well, sell him, and rise to a higher demon class. The dragon boasts he's a special product, even gods want him. The dragon is annoyed, saying, this is seriously driving me crazy. The dragon questions Yihun's motives, what is it you want? The dragon continues, if you go to the main game, it's a good thing. The dragon is clearly unconcerned, a sinister ha, seriously, fills the air. Yihun prepares for an all-out attack, his determination unwavering and intense. Yihun's power surges, a white streak following his blade. The dragon's eyes gleam menacingly. Yihun swings his sword with unbelievable speed, smashing ice into shattered pieces. The sound of ice shatters. Yihun coughs, covered in blood and ice fragments. The dragon demands an answer, offering Yihun hidden skills and items. The dragon is annoyed, yelling at Yihun to move to the main game. The dragon's eyes gleam in the dark. Don't be surprised, Mr. Yihun. The dragon says, I'll explain in detail. He gestures towards the great land. Among the countless worlds scattered across this dimension is a small planet. We call it World 294. The dragon explains, in this nightmare tower, walkers acquire skills and build their status. The dragon explains, walkers must adapt to the great land system. Walkers travel to new worlds, demons benefit too. The dragon figure surrounded by eyes says, we play an indispensable role. Yihun looks at the strange world and wonders, why am I here? The dragon's voice echoes, who knows, but I don't think that's what you're really curious about. A sinister being appears. A strange tower rises from the ground. The dragon questions the situation. The dragon stands in a ruined world. That's what you're curious about, right? The dragon asks Yihun if he's curious as to why he and his kind suffer. The dragon figure says it's merely a coincidence Yihun's world was chosen. Yihun yells enough, he wants answers. The dragon's voice echoes as Yihun stares up weary, for what purpose? The dragon is confused, stuttering, what rewards do you get for doing this work? The dragon chuckles, I am just volunteering. Demons like volunteering, surprisingly. The dragon reveals demon friends help walkers from other planets. Everyone lives peacefully. A message appears. The monarch has sent a message, you cannot kill the product, you should not continue your conversation. Yihun, unimpressed by the dragon's monologue, declares, what a load of bullshit. The chapter begins, its title reflecting the state of things, the world after the fall. Yihun looks at the orange card in his hand, bloodied from his fight. Yihun's face is bruised, blood dripping from his mouth. No more stats to raise is displayed on screen. The dragon's power feels so close, yet Yihun grits his teeth, but I still can't reach it. A dark figure descends, blood splattering. Yihun lies below, his sword cast aside. Lying defeated, Yihun questions, can humans be reduced to just numbers? Yihun's face contorts in pain, a red aura flaring around him. Yihun, battered and bruised, senses a strange shift in the atmosphere. What was that? His eyes widen as he recognizes something. This is. He stares at the glowing crystal formation before him. He wonders aloud if what he sees is just an illusion before him. Yihun clenches his fist, the crystals glow brighter around his hand. These particles shift, becoming sugar cube-like, changing form and structure. The crystal particles represent the world's essence. A message appears on the ground, the monarch has sent, cannot kill. Yihun, battered but still alive, murmurs, voluntary work you say. Yihun questions, then what's a monarch, a king? A dark figure answers, oh, you're finally interested. The voice booms, those who have cleared the main game entered great land. Are usually recommended to a faction by the monarchs, the voice echoes above. The dark figure responds, that's right, your destiny is decided by the monarch you follow. The voice continues, and do everything to help Yihun serve a monarch. Yihun replies, you're talking like an insurance salesman. The figure questions his conclusion. Above a message appears, I got it, I'll do as you say. Yihun stares below, exactly 10 days from now. 9 days later, Yihun continues his fight. Haha fuck, he mutters. Another voice observes Yihun's continued struggle, labeling him an attention seeker. Frustrated, the dark figure mutters, "I was tricked by those nightmares." The dark figure claims the tower was personally built by a Fu-rank nightmare. It's basically a giveaway. An ominous message appears. This damned first-generation tower cannot end the game without the product's permission. The dark figure grits his teeth, a monstrous form looming. Fu, he curses. A new message appears, offering to end the tutorial with no memory loss. The dark figure asks, "Have you memorized all the data I've provided?" Yihun replies, "Yes, thanks." The dark figure's menacing form appears, teeth bared, eyes glowing. "Ah, I've waited so long for this day to come." Suddenly, a voice booms, "Mr. Yihun, just what do you think you're doing?" An ominous text appears, "You should be able to tell by looking." Yihun's eyes glow with resolve. "Starting now, I'll be hunting you." Yihun prepares to strike, his eyes glowing with fierce determination and resolve. After he could see the particles, Yihun could understand the tower's magic. Yihun realizes the movement of my pierce has been unstable. He feels a strange disharmony. A sudden awakening grips Yihun, a sense he hasn't felt before washes over him. Bright letters appear in the darkness, a sound rings out, "Kaiyek." Yihun witnesses a golden light piercing through the darkness and asks, "Is this?" Yihun, battered but resolute, questions the very essence of his being, what it feels to be alive. The ground glows with power beneath Yihun's feet as he stands ready. From the black iron wood plant, a shadowy figure says it's the first. The dark figure ominously appears, claiming, "Been better for both of us. Don't you agree?" Above, a voice questions, "What are you planning to do?" Another says he doesn't have his approval. The dark figure looms, questioning Yihun, "Why do you think this tutorial game?" The voice continues as Yihun grits his teeth, "Would continue indefinitely. This tower is." The message continues, "Programmed to automatically end the game after 100 days. The tendrils wrap around a hooded figure as the figure speaks to Yihun. A fist clenches, ready to deliver a punch. "Demon baseline," the figure declares. The dark figure is shocked by Yihun's sudden outburst, asking how he knew his plan. Words appear on the screen, hinting at a dark monarch in cultivation's end. Who else? Yihun stares down, a grim smile on his face. "I'm the product you raised." The air crackles with energy as Yihun declares, "Well, not anymore." The words Oikayo appear on the screen with light and dark streaks. The world has fallen, but the tower walkers continue, determined to survive. Yihun declares he is the product being raised, but that is no longer the case. A blue flash and a burst of energy erupts around Yihun's location. The energy explodes outwards, forming a blinding light around him. From the explosion, a massive clawed hand emerges, shrouded in blue energy. With terrifying speed, a shadowy figure strikes. Energy surges, rocks fly, and the battle explodes around Yihun. The shadowy figure slams Yihun. Dust and rocks fly as the ground trembles. Someone shouts no, then wonders, "No way, how did he?" in disbelief. The shadowy figure, now visible, wonders, "See, could this mean?" Yihun glows with immense power below. The shadowy figure is shocked. He's an overdaptor, he thinks, confused and enraged. Yihun's eyes glow with immense power as his body radiates light. Yihun looks at the images, remembering, "After reaching the 100th floor, I doubted," he thinks. "Is this tower also inside a nightmare?" He doubted again, "What if that guy isn't even capable of killing me?" A voice echoes, lamenting, "Can humans be reduced to just these numbers?" Yihun's thoughts continue, remembering the Lord of Darkness. The first cultivation will end soon. When there were no more things to doubt, Yihun understood, "I stab." A massive shockwave erupts as Yihun's power collides with the shadowy figure. A monstrous wolf-like figure, eyes blazing with fury, prepares to strike Yihun. The wolf-like figure is ready to unleash its next attack. Energy crackles around it, hungry for power. The wolf-like figure yells, "I won't go easy on you, surrender." The wolf-like figure is injured by Yihun's attack. "That's what I'd say if I were human." Beastline yells, "I Beastline cannot be defeated by you." He appears to be injured. Beastlane's bloody hand clutches Yiwen's jacket, injuries clear. He wonders, is it going to end like this? Beastlane's health rapidly decreases, numbers flashing before Yiwen's eyes. Numbers flash above the wolf. You'll have to participate in the real game anyway. Beastlane's health inches closer to defeat, 9,990,000,000. Yiwen thinks, even if you do this to me, it will just be your loss. Beastlane injured realizes what the situation is. That's, he utters in disbelief, recognizing Yiwen's power. Beastlane sees the icy aura around Yiwen and asks, is it that? Yiwen's power clashes against Beastlane, the impact ripping the area apart. Beastlane staggered stares as icy energy envelops him. He exclaims, what the? Beastlane's ferocious form emerges, energy flowing around it. This isn't even adaptation. Beastlane is shocked by Yiwen's abilities. How did this kind of power? An explosion of golden energy rips through the space, followed by icy spikes and a red slash. A surge of power erupts, engulfing Beastlane. The demonic entity is consumed. Beastlane roars in pain, KUGH. As Yiwen's attack rips through him, his defenses are failing. Yiwen says, for this last time, listen to me well. Is this awakening? Yiwen, injured but determined, declares, humans are not objects to buy and sell. Beastlane, about to be struck, yells out, stupid levels or status. He refuses to obey. Yiwen, injured and resolute, is determined to continue. I will. Yiwen stands firm, sword in hand, amidst broken glass. He vows to keep climbing. Standing amidst the shattered arena, Yiwen sees the floating text, the end of this damned world. Shattered glass falls around Beastlane. Text appears, skill in possession, he begs, please. As Yiwen's attack continues, Beastlane is in deep pain, yelling, please stop it. Above, a voice claims there is no such thing as the next floor, but Yiwen stands firm. No, there is *a next floor. Yiwen declares that he isn't merely guessing. The journey through the floors continues. Yiwen discovers scribblings on the 47th floor, a message about nightmares. As Beastlane is about to be destroyed, he wonders, at the top of the tree of imagery. Beastlane wonders, what are you trying to? Yiwen asks, this is a root of the tree of imagery, right? The narrator calls it a branch, as Yiwen prepares to stab through the ceiling with his icy sword. With the icy sword readied, an intense shockwave rips through the area, a final blow. Beastlane screams, Kaya Enno, my tower. Yiwen's icy blast rips through everything. The system reports a failure to calculate. No walkers are left in the tower. Game over. Yiwen pants, fist clenched. He's battered but standing strong against all odds. Huff. Through the strange foliage, Yiwen speaks, finally I've found it. With Yiwen awakening to newfound strength, the battle is only beginning. The ground trembles as a monstrous wolf demon bares its fangs, ready to rip Yiwen to shreds. The wolf demon lunges, fangs bared and ready to strike Yiwen down. The wolf demon's massive paw crushes the ground, kicking up dust and debris. But a brutal strike lands, spraying blood as the monster claws Yiwen. Yiwen is slashed, but a light stab hits back, hopefully to turn the tide. The wolf demon roars, menacing, red energy flowing from its burning eyes. It appears the light stab wasn't enough to stop the raging beast. Yiwen's light stab pierces the wolf demon's face, spurting blood. Yiwen is pushed back as another normal stab pierces the monster. But the attack lands hard. A sickening crunch rings out as Yiwen's blade pierces. With the wolf demon seemingly defeated, Yiwen confidently states, all the monsters here seem to be weak. Yiwen is clearly puzzled, muttering a skeptical huh as he stares off panel. A voice bellows from the distance, how $$ at a human. The green monster is enraged, yelling in rage. Yiwen's eye glows. Even with suspicion active, Yiwen cannot decipher their language structure. He asks if they want a horn. He proposes a trade. The enraged green monster swings its arms in a wide arc, a blue energy blade forming. The green monster swipes with a blade of blue energy. If you do this again. Yiwen sighs with the blade in his hand, then says, die. Now standing over his fallen foe, Yiwen asks, now answer me, where is this place? Grasping the monster by its tendrils, Yiwen slams it into the ground with incredible force. Speak so I can understand. The green monster, battered and broken, gurgles, I will kill, human. Yiwen sits atop the monster. This bastard bit his own tongue. Yiwen grips his twin blades, a cold focus returning to his eyes. Yiwen searches the green monster's bag but comes up empty. I wonder if there's any useful items. Yiwen realizes the bag holds a pocket dimension and acts like an inventory. That damn con artist lion. Crystals litter the ground. Yiwen thinks, I'm glad that I can at least see information using suspicion. It appears to be a specter crystal that forcefully raises one's spiritual power by a set value. Examining the crystals, Yiwen realizes they're valuable. I'll leave the rest behind. A disembodied thought bubble asks again, as Yiwen readies his twin blades. Yiwen stares down at the green monster, twin blades dripping with blood. But an even bigger monster arrives as Yiwen defeats the small fry. Rustling sounds can be heard in the distance. Yiwen is thoughtful as he mumbles, Yiwen notices some debris on the floor. There's stuff remaining. Is this a map? Yiwen examines the map closely. Chaos. This place wasn't in the demon's intel. Yiwen ventures deeper into the jungle. Is this truly the map of chaos? Suddenly, the ground cracks under the weight of multiple monstrous wolf demons. A woman with red hair and eyes descends, people in tow. Is she an enemy? Suddenly, a figure appears above, plunging a blade directly towards Yiwen. Qog. The red-haired woman apologizes, saying it was an accident. The figure laughs and agrees to let it slide. A booming voice cries, oh my, I'm sorry. Yiwen questions the apology. Suddenly, a desperate cry rings out, wait, over there. It's the two-horned beast. A giant wolf demon yells, don't come over here. A woman appears. A voice commands, damn it, everyone gather up. A group of people is seen below. Yiwen surveys the scene, pondering how they cleared the tower. They'll all die at this rate. The red-haired muscle man yells, come at me, using Flame King's breath. Another person joins in. The red-haired muscle man is struck, screaming out in pain from the attack. The red-haired man curses, enraged, as the red-haired woman laughs, haha, sorry. The red-haired woman scoffs at Yiwen's reaction. A wolf demon bites back, help my ass. But a figure cries out, bro, in front of you, as the mountains crumble from intense vibrations. The two-horned beast is blasted by Yiwen's light stab, sending blood spraying. Blood sprays as the two-horned beast's attack lands. Yiwen is coated in blood. Yiwen is struck, blood covers his face, the two-horned beast victorious. But as the two-horned beast crumbles, a colossal figure stands behind Yiwen. Yiwen is unharmed. Above him, a swirling portal seems to be opening. The two-horned beast's eye twitches as Yiwen stares down at the monster. As Yiwen stands over the creature, a mysterious voice speaks, who you? Are you sure? The party discusses taking the two-horned beast's corpse. Is it valuable? Of course, says someone. Yiwen notes two-horned beasts require 10 people to kill. A red-haired girl stares down at his fallen foe. A large stomp echoes. A shadowy figure lands before Yiwen, interrupting. The woman demands to know Yiwen's identity but gets no response. She wonders how he killed the beast. An elegant stranger appears, questioning Yiwen's identity and origins. Yiwen mutters, chaos. A new party, including the red-haired woman, watches Yiwen. Yiwen is startled as he hears, what is this? Chapter 10 of The World After the Fall begins, where a new journey awaits. Yiwen stands over the monster he defeated, ice dragon sword dripping with its blood. He stares down at the body of Velikisis, a question echoing, who are you? Suddenly, an unknown voice breaks the silence. Did you say your name was Yiwen, sir? The red-haired man asks if Yiwen is just a passerby. The mysterious voice answers, yeah. The red-haired man states that's strange. His companion notes that language barriers are rare. The red-haired man questions Yiwen's decision. He asks if it's okay to take the corpse. They call Yiwen a passerby, but he killed the two-horned beast. The red-haired man is shocked Yiwen didn't use a skill. A system message says you failed to use your skill. The system alerts him about failing to use his skill again. his detection skills are failing as well. Measurement impossible. Even with spiritual power like a non-adapter, the red-haired man asks a question. The red-haired man thinks how few adapters there are in chaos. Looking weary, Yihun responds to their questions with a single word: chaos. The red-haired man asks why Yihun is saying something like that. Yihun remains silent. He asks if identity was too hard to say. Yihun replies, I know identity. Relationships and affiliations from Earth lost meaning once he entered the tower. The red-haired man remembers old comrades. Now he has new comrades, new memories, and a new path. Their existence, however, faded like the illusion at the end of the tutorial. Yihun is seen below. The red-haired man thinks his old comrades are alive on Earth somewhere now. Yihun replies that he doesn't remember. Realizing this, the red-haired man exclaims about amnesia. The red-haired man is angered by Yihun's ignorance. Did you really think I'd go along with that? The red-haired man asks Yihun if he's the strong man of the abyss. He then orders, stop egging me on. The red-haired man is surprised by Yihun's question and pulls out a pouch. The red-haired man ponders on Yihun's sword. He wonders aloud if it's a spirit weapon. The red-haired man now realizes the sword's power, not Yihun's. He boldly shows it. The red-haired man notices he's feeding other equipment to his sword. He sees a chance. The red-haired man is furious about Yihun. I can't believe he ruined my mission. The red-haired man has an idea, suggesting, it's fine, I have a proposal instead, whispering a skill. A woman introduces herself as Minora and explains about chaos and her companions. The red-haired man and his group are ruthless, members of Red Fox. The red-haired man continues, so in short, she wants me to kill these guys. The red-haired man suggests camping due to the darkness and dangers of moving. The red-haired man is looking at a map, realizing the village was close by. The red-haired man gestures toward Yihun, a golden light emanating from his open hand. What do you think? A golden aura surrounds Yihun's hand as he undergoes his second stage of awakening. The red-haired man thought he knew it. It must be the spirit weapon that took it down. The red-haired man explains spirit weapons are abyss artifacts. They must be obtained in the abyss. The red-haired man holds a sharp weapon, thinking, they'll be shocked if they knew I brought this. After the discussion, it's clear they're not in the Great Land. A shockwave explodes outward, the force of Yihun's power sending debris flying through the air. As they are moving, the pixie girl seems to be looking at Yihun. The pixie girl is frantic, saying, what are you doing? They're coming, defeat them. Yihun stares intensely, responding to an unspoken question with a terse, I don't. The red-haired man recounts loaning the sword. Minora is furious about this recklessness. The Red Fox confidently states it's useless, even with Yihun's weapon. You want blood. The Red Fox's leader smirks, eager to witness the woman's true power at last. What skills does she possess? An order rings out, kill both of them. The battle is about to begin. The woman slices through the air, preparing a deadly attack with incredible speed. The woman lunges to attack, but is suddenly stopped by Yihun's power. But as she strikes, Yihun uses his power to halt her attack completely. What is happening? The woman's swift attack is fully prepared to strike Yihun in a flash. Yihun stops her, the force behind her attack completely stuns her. The woman grins wickedly after being stopped. Sorry, I must have thrown it too hard, I'm just a bit pissed. The woman unleashes her true power, speaking, right now, starting this second. The woman ominously grins as weapons surround her. You guys are going to experience something truly. The world changed, and Yihun prepares to face the dangers of this new world. One of the men declares, I had a feeling when you lured the monsters to us. A woman with red hair appears floating and her voice echoes, you were the witch of massacre. The muscular man's voice booms, demanding, who requested the shadow warrior's aid. The floating woman smiles with a sinister gleam as she asks, why does that matter? She states they killed off many non-adapters who didn't know anything. Others want them dead. The muscular man laughs, declaring shadow warriors wouldn't move for such pathetic people. Projectiles fly towards their foes. He prepares his jagged weapon, a fearsome scowl plastered on his face. Die here. The Witch of Massacre questions him, wondering if he will rely on that weapon. He chuckles, revealing pointed teeth and glowing eyes, stating, "I've taken other precautions." The Witch of Massacre's eyes glow. She senses the power within her opponent. They're at least a first-stage adapter. The Shadow Warriors look around and their leader questions, "Are there 30? No, 40. The Witch of Massacre's enemy smiles, tentacles sprouting. "Did you think I'd be unprepared?" The narration questions the strength of the Witch of Massacre's foes. He smirks, pondering how easily he acquired the spirit weapon. The tentacled man declares he wouldn't have gone this far without calling Master. The Witch of Massacre seems shocked to see more foes, including the Black Fox clan. Her enemy grins widely, "Consider this an honor." The Black Fox clanmaster reveals himself as a third-stage adapter. Many want her head. The knife wielder smiles wickedly, sneering, "What a goddamn honor it is." The Witch of Massacre mocks their free time, noting it will only be brief. The knife wielder somberly says, "I'm sorry." As the Witch of Massacre is told, "I wish I didn't have to say this." Though the Witch of Massacre can't protect them, she urges, "Take this and run." Before the Witch of Massacre can react, she notices a nightmare stone. "What's this?" She states, "Since that's the only one I've got, you can use it." The Witch of Massacre realizes the nightmare stone can save someone in the present. The panel says, "Back then," instead of a stone that had no effect. The Witch of Massacre clutches her hand, musing about giving Yunwen the nightmare stone. If only she could return to the past. Above, someone asks, "Would you go back?" Below, the witch scoffs, "Do you really have to ask that?" The knife wielder states, "I wouldn't," eyes widening as he hears her declaration. "I tried my best at life." Swords circle the Witch of Massacre as she vows to never return to the past. But just as she's struck by a wave of guilt, she begins to fall to the ground. Someone has seemingly protected her and confidently states, "You won't die today." A powerful blow strikes where she once stood, shattering the ground. The knife wielder attacks with a golden blade, attempting to decapitate the Witch of Massacre. His golden blade cuts through the air, aimed at the Witch of Massacre. The knife wielder shouts, "Flame King's 14 formation," unleashing a torrent of flames towards the Witch of Massacre. Flames erupt as the knife wielder's Flame King's 14 formation engulfs the Witch of Massacre. Her eyes glow with lost enchantment. The Witch of Massacre is ready to fight back. The Witch of Massacre is engulfed by the Flame King's fiery attack. The Flame King's attack continues, with a blinding flash of heated light. The Witch of Massacre clashes with the knife wielder's fiery golden blade. The Flame King's attack clashes with the Witch of Massacre's power. The knife wielder's eyes are filled with rage as he attacks the Witch of Massacre. A new figure appears amidst the chaos, observing the fiery battle. The knife wielder readies another attack, his golden blade glowing intensely, preparing to strike. The light stab skill pierces through everything, with the Witch of Massacre at the center of its devastation. The red-haired man questions if their party can take the two-horned beast. Another thinks Yihun is an idiot. The new figure states that there are full of openings. It is noted he is wielding a spirit weapon. It wasn't the stab skill that defeated her, but someone far stronger. This guy. A new voice calls out to Yihun, "Hey, what is your real identity?" A mysterious man now stands between the Witch of Massacre and her attackers. He smiles, his identity a mystery. "My identity, you ask?" The mysterious man asks, "Did you already forget? You already know my identity." The Witch of Massacre is confused as the man states, "I thought I was the only one." Enraged, the Witch of Massacre demands the returned stone back. He replies, "I don't have it, I lost it." The Witch of Massacre is in disbelief. "You lost such an expensive item." The fire crackles, casting shadows as the mysterious man stares at the flames, lost in thought. It's somewhat peaceful. Panicked, the Witch of Massacre realizes that her return stone is missing, yelling, "It's not here." She questions what he means, as the mysterious man claims she already knows. His gaze intensifies, a hint of a smile plays on his lips. "I'm a human." The Witch of Massacre questions if the man is messing with her. He responds, saying he's almost human. The mysterious man declares, "Then that's good enough." the Witch of Massacre wonders about his strange expression. High above, an ominous voice questions if it's enough to be human. Chapter 12 begins the world after the end. Yihun stands with determination. The red-haired woman questions if Yihun remembers being in the almighty land. He responds nonchalantly with a simple, yeah, something like that. The woman wonders why losing memories is good. She continues, stating people in chaos envy that. It is obvious why they come. Yihun retorts with a question, it's obvious, how did you end up here then? Then the woman takes a step. She utters the word you, and warns Yihun of his impending regret. The words Gorgon Fortress appear as the setting changes to a ruined kingdom. The pair approach the village, a small castle with a drawbridge visible. Yihun looks at the stone ground, his memory stirring. He realizes it looks like the tutorial summoning ground. Yihun is shocked as the woman speaks to him. He suddenly recalls something very important. Yihun thinks to himself, I am, as the area around him distorts. The red-haired woman asks if Yihun understands the question. She then warns him to never ask that to anyone there. The red-haired woman looks down and her words echo, to chaos. Someone asks about dying in almighty land and ending up in chaos. Then someone says, let's get to work. The guards yell for people to form a line. They will bring them to the speech hall. A soldier orders the new arrivals to wear something and line up. He says that they died because they were weak. The soldier wraps the cloak around the newcomer. The soldier, James, wonders why the red-haired woman suddenly appeared. Why are you suddenly here at the northern checkpoint? The red-haired woman says she dropped by somehow. She wants to be let in. She is shocked that Yihun doesn't have his identification. Big brother, she questions of all times. The red-haired woman grins with shining eyes. She proclaims, I see. The red-haired woman apologizes for not having her ID. She offers a weapon, asking him to make do. Someone notices it is a bihorn's horn. A guard tells the pair to show identification. Yihun says he doesn't have anything like that. He wonders what would happen. The red-haired woman says he looks like he's in a pickle. The guard states that without proper identification, they cannot enter the fortress. Yihun quietly responds, I see. She stops him as Yihun takes a step forward. Wait a minute, what are you going to do? Someone thinks he's crazy, but doubts he'd think of doing that. Yihun takes a step forward. The red-haired woman sees a dead body. Someone asks if he isn't going in. The red-haired woman thinks he might actually do it. James, wait a minute. The soldier's thought is interrupted as someone declares, this person is actually. Yihun thinks he is screwed as everyone salutes. They all announce that he is the famous person in Gorgon's fortress. Captain Carlton is known as the cleanest captain in chaos. His formal wear has gold accents. A man in golden armor yells for James to explain what's happening. Carlton touches his chin, finding it odd that he lacks identification. He states he can't enter. Carlton tilts his head, curious about the situation. Why is that so, why, you ask? Carlton announces, based on the Gorgon entry law, Yihun cannot enter. It is restricted. The red-haired woman is shocked that he's going to use the law skill. This is becoming a headache. The red-haired woman yells, stop. Captain Carlton's eye flashes with bright light as if something will begin. Carlton is shocked as Yihun proclaims that he doesn't care about the law. Carlton wonders how Yihun could break out of the law skill. Yihun says he doesn't need identification. Yihun says he won't be verifying himself. He is ready to fight. Carlton wonders why the law skill isn't working. He declares he will restrain Yihun using Gorgon law. Chains start to bind Yihun. The law skill takes hold. He can't move. The chains tighten around Yihun, crackling with energy. The law skill is fully active, binding him completely. Yihun bursts free of the chains. The guards around him are in shock. He broke Carlton Nim's restraints. Carlton is left wondering how Yihun did that. The red-haired woman is thinking. The red-haired woman offers a bribe. The guards sweat, turning a blind eye. We didn't see anything. The guards are shocked at being offered a bribe. They didn't see anything. The red-haired woman yells for them to wait. She is too late as Yihun punches Carlton in the face. Carlton is sent flying back from the force of Yihun's punch. Take that and let me go. Carlton shouts that Yihun dared to bribe him. Another soldier yells for Yihun to be executed. Someone asks, "Did you say your name was Yihun?" Carlton replies with a yes. He announces that he has been waiting for Yihun. Chapter 13 of The World After the Fall begins. It's Season 1. A warning appears noting spiritual corruption is over 15%. Medicate quickly. The hooded figure agrees, understanding something. Yihun questions spiritual corruption. He seems confused by the earlier warning. Spiritual corruption is a disease in chaos. Your spirit corrupts by existing here. The guard says the horned beast horns are valuable. It can help with spiritual corruption in chaos. The cloaked man says they got them for free thanks to someone. Suddenly, a golden warrior says he'll evaluate them. The golden warrior assesses the horns with glowing eyes. Suddenly, a red alarm blares beep beep, signaling a warning. The evaluation is complete. The device couldn't measure Yihun's spiritual corruption level. His companion seems surprised and worried, saying, "Chief." The golden warrior looks shocked at the device showing 0%. He then says this is processing the information. Yihun seems to understand. The golden warrior returns the specter crystals to Yihun. He states he doesn't need them anymore. Yihun refutes the claim that he is Green Pyrus Envoy. Spectre crystals shouldn't be handed out so easily. A worried companion questions the golden warrior, "Chief, is it okay to send them away?" The golden warrior asks if the companion remembers the test. The companion replies that it showed an error. It's a device that never fails. The device can't measure spiritual corruption. Showing 0%, it states his spirit is purer than anyone in chaos. How can that be? The people inside the castle will judge Yihun. Is this related to Castellan's health? The golden warrior states that he doesn't know the exact details either. The golden warrior asks, "Now James, he heard someone took a bribe to let someone through, is that correct?" A character yells out. A panel shows Gorgon's fortress and a city. As they walk, Yihun thinks, "And I now have a straggler weighing me down." The enforcer warns Mino to bring her certificate next time. Bribing is forbidden. The group says farewell and Yihun reflects, "I didn't expect the ordinance to last so long. He seems troublesome." "Hi," Yihun says. Yihun asks if there is a smith that can handle a sword of this level. Someone replies that they aren't sure. They walk through the village with candles lit along the walls. The red-haired man seems confused by the sudden change. A mysterious woman asks if Yihun is finally coming too. She dismisses him. "You can be on your way now then." "What?" he asks. The mysterious woman cries out, asking if Yihun is tossing her aside. Yihun says she guided him, it's enough. The mysterious woman claims, "You and I are different." Is she an enemy? Yihun, standing near a fortress, tells the mysterious woman to leave. He suggests she go her own way. The mysterious woman pauses with a thoughtful grit appears as she clenches her jaw, seemingly annoyed. A scream echoes through the halls. Yihun is surprised by the woman's sudden outburst of, "You don't know your way around here at all." The mysterious woman insists she knows the area well. She proclaims, "I'm going to find a nightmare." The mysterious woman offers to guide Yihun, claiming to know a smith. He simply replies with, "Okay." Yihun notes that someone has business with him. Suddenly, men appear asking if he has the good sword. The red-haired woman questions a flaming sword and warns Yihun using foul language. Yihun warns her not to swear. The speaker reveals the reason for the reaction. His brother likes bad language. He's 12 years old. A group demands Yihun's blue sword, threatening him. Yihun simply replies, "Don't wanna." Someone questions Yihun being the youngest, as his group is cornered. The red-haired woman demands Yihun give over the sword. An angry man raises his axe, ready to strike. He declares he will punish bad language. The red-haired woman strikes with incredible speed. Yihun is sent flying backwards from the impact. The red-haired woman's strike sends Yiwen flying backwards. The enemies look shocked by her power. Yiwen gets up from the ground. He states, "You people are so noisy." Yiwen seems annoyed. He thinks about the group that's about to attack him. The angry man, now enraged, screams, "Cut the precious hands off our cute youngest." He challenges Yiwen. "If you want to fight, come at me." The bandits scream, vowing revenge for their fallen brother. One insists the adorable big bro isn't dead yet. They attack. The metallic clang echoes. Yiwen's expression hardens as the battle begins. This chapter brought to you by Reaper Scans. Join their Discord server to chat about the series. Season 1, Chapter 14 of the World After the Fall begins now. Season 1, Chapter 14 of the World After the Fall begins now. The red-haired girl remembers someone else that uses only one technique. The mysterious fighter only uses cut. He wonders why the earlier attack missed its mark. A roof explodes in the distance. He recalls someone fighting some thugs. That's because someone was using a... Someone uses a stealth skill nearby. The red-haired girl questions his method. Wouldn't everyone do the same? He ignores the others' suggestions and heads to Twilight Dusk. The red-haired girl stands outside the entrance to Twilight Dusk, the biggest smith. The red-haired girl asks if he's a customer. Naiven the craftsman replies, "It'll take a while to fulfill it today." He's told that the workshop manager is gone and his assistant is busy. He is shown a sword made from a four-horned beast. Two assistants excitedly want to finish the sword and refine four-horned beast horns. Michael Garnard, the assistant workshop manager of Twilight Dusk, questions his request. He acknowledges his energy. Michael declares that they'll get the assistant manager position for the day. He struggles to hammer the four-horned beast horn. He hurts his hammer. Michael is frustrated by the assistant's feeble attempts to refine the horn. He wonders when he'll get his chance. Michael panics as Yiwen goes toward the assistant manager's workspace. "Wait, you can't go in there." Yiwen considers what to do next. He boldly states, "Let me try." Someone doubts his abilities. Fat chance. Naiven claims it's not that his apprentices are bad, but the horn is incredibly difficult to handle. The four-horned beast horn is being hammered. The sound echoes with immense strength. Michael asks if he will be the assistant manager for the day. He seems excited by the idea. Suddenly, a loud cracking sound echoes through the workshop. Yiwen, shocked, asks, "Huh?" The four-horned beast horn shatters. Michael is stunned and at a complete loss. Michael is furious after witnessing the destruction. "You crazy fucking bastard." Michael is outraged and screams how much the horn cost. Yiwen claims he went easy on it though. Someone's very surprised. Yiwen thinks it should be easy. He apologizes, but someone challenges his idea. Michael's dark face emerges, demanding if an apology can cover the destruction. It was a fortune. Michael demands to know who commissioned Yiwen to break the horn. Yiwen says he'll repay it with something better. Yiwen offers Michael a horn from a thing with 5 horns. He asks if it's better. Everyone is shocked by this turn of events. That's a horn from a 5-horned beast. Yiwen offers the smith a horn from a 5-horned beast to compensate. The smith recognizes it as Garnak's horn. An imposing figure orders, "Close the door, guys." 2 subordinates immediately comply, nervously responding, "Why yes." The smith directs him onward, while the other woman wants to go elsewhere. However, Twilight Dusk is closed for the day. Is it the greatest smith in Gorgon, though? He is now the assistant manager for the day. He thanks him, but then asks how he got Garnak's horn. Yiwen responds, claiming he got it himself. Michael asks if he hunted a 5-horned beast. Yiwen needs assistance making a scabbard. It is rare to hunt 5-horned beasts. The assistant manager asks, "Wait, a scabbard?" He yells, "Are you going to use Garnak's horn?" Michael exclaims how great of a sword it is, but then realizes it's a replica. Naivan considers the horn. He thinks that it's better off being a brand new sword. The smith is shocked at what he is seeing. This is, to think it'd be a spirit weapon. The smith is shocked by the five-horned beast horn. He senses a unique energy. The smith observes, your sword is evolving. It continues to shift in form and glow brightly. Makel tells Yihun that they have lost the material now. Yihun replies, it's fine, I have one more. The smith examines the horn more carefully. He realizes that it is from a five-horned beast. He wonders how he can help Yihun now. Yihun tells Naivan to show him how he refines materials. Naivan agrees, asking about the desired shape. Yihun smiles confidently. Since you're the pro, Makel's crazed grin appears, responding, in that case. In a world ravaged by towers, our hero emerges, sword at the ready. Gorgon Castle stands tall and imposing. Someone takes a sip of tea within its walls. A subordinate apologizes. He confirms Yihun slaughtered the backstreet thugs. They lost track of their target. Yihun, it seems, he hums. Yurhan Cheever, the Gorgon Castle commander, sips his tea. How were they taken out? He wonders aloud. It seems Yihun was caught off guard, falling to the rooftop unconscious. Cheever is shocked. Yihun evaded master-level stealth. Cheever realizes Yihun is at least a fifth-stage adapter. Find him, search every corner, he orders. A subordinate responds. Cheever winces, realizing the gravity of the situation. He sighs. Someone breached his defenses. His eyes widen in disbelief. The hunt just became a lot more serious. The tea sits undisturbed in the cup. Cheever's mind is racing, thinking of Yihun. Cheever sits down heavily, muttering, Castellan. The weight of the situation crushes him. He is now dealing with a real threat. Cheever hardens his resolve, gritting his teeth. Please endure it for just a bit longer. Now then, a flashback begins, revealing the likely source of Yihun's troubles. The stream continues. I'm sorry, but it's time to say farewell. The final clip is one everyone knows. The stream is titled The Hottest Clip in Little Brother. It's the hotly debated 99th floor solo clear. The video shows Yihun falling from the 99th floor. It looks extremely painful. The chat is going crazy. The video of Yihun falling is still playing. That tower got suspended, someone mentions. Why? Another wonders aloud. People whisper rumors about Yihun, claiming he abandoned his cultivation duty. Others believe the 99th floor video is faked. In the stream, someone repeats, okay. The chat continues going wild. The mysterious woman with crimson hair looks on with a confident smirk. In a tavern, all eyes are on the mysterious woman with red hair. What a beauty, someone exclaims. Her high heels click loudly. A tavern patron boldly approaches her. Hey, pretty lady, sorry if I'm being too bold, but... The woman's eyes glow with menacing power. Scram, she commands coldly. The man apologizes for his bold advance. The red-haired woman sits alone, back to the viewer, muttering, damn it. Why? He drops to his knees, a gold object clattering beside him. I want some drinks, enough for me to die. With a menacing gaze, the red-haired woman fumes. I just can't believe it. The red-haired woman is excited to share, and then do you know what he said after that? The bartender questions her obsession. Why waste your time, the red-haired woman retorts. Watching him pisses me off. Another flashback shows Yihun swinging his sword. He breaks everything, someone shouts. He doesn't care about the rules. The flashback shows a hero protecting a woman. That's good enough, and he keeps. The red-haired woman's face is flushed, saying weird stuff, she mutters angrily. The red-haired woman criticizes someone's lack of hesitation in chaos. They're not humans anyway, Yihun concludes coldly. Yihun is seen from above. An unknown woman says, you and I. A memory flashes, the red-haired woman with someone faceless. Are different, the screen reads, her red eyes stare. The red-haired woman declares, he makes me feel like I'm nothing, we all lived hard. Now he's here. The man asks why she seeks a nightmare, speculating revenge. Yihun responds, you won't understand even if I tell you. She recalls his words, you and I are different. She hates it whenever she remembers. She thinks, you're such an immature kid. Claire begins to speak. Another person is shown. He warns her about following Yihun. He continues that she might die. A threatening aura surrounds the red-haired woman. What? Why are you acting all scary? Why would I die? A golden bird descends near Claire, its claws pointing towards a helmet. Cheever sees the letter Carlton. The letter is addressed to Mino of the Shadow Warriors. Why did that bullhead send me this? The red-haired woman pauses, shocked. An ominous blade appears. Some do call me. The red-haired woman stabs the black goo creature. I don't dislike rough introductions, but I'm busy. With a guttural scream, Yihun is slammed downwards. The force of the blow shatters the ground around him. Yihun is slammed into the ground and his body falls limp. A voice booms, "You may not come here." Yihun struggles to breathe as the question echoes in his mind. How the hell am I supposed to refine a monster like this? Someone shouts, "Hey, snap out of it," as a hand comes into view. The large man asks if he forgot the smelting process. He stutters, remembering his promise to help. A massive demon looms over Yihun. A voice declares, "So help properly." The man holds his sword at the ready in this action-packed chapter. The swords clash and spark. He utters in defeat, "I can't do it anymore." The man is panting, finding the item difficult to refine. Suddenly, the man undergoes his first stage of awakening. What? His power explodes as Yihun undergoes his second stage of awakening. Understanding. His power explodes as Yihun's body gets covered in strange, dark energy. What new power is he awakening? Yihun shouts in pain, "Whoa, what's going on?" The dark energy begins to take form. Yihun is overwhelmed, saying, "Fucking damn it," as the dark energy takes form. A monstrous figure emerges from the dark energy. He urges, "Snap out of it. You said you'd help, so help properly." The figure wonders, what is that? Is that the essence of a five-horned beast? He doesn't believe what he is seeing. The monster roars, "Damn it, this has to be a dream." "Hey," Yihun sighs, "something is very wrong." The monster cries out, "Sa save me." Yihun's eyes are glowing yellow as he sees something. The monster wonders if he's been abandoned. He asks, "Are you already done refining?" An ominous voice booms, "Oh, foolish one, you do not have the right to see this place." Tears stream down Yihun's face as the ground shakes violently. A wave of power explodes outwards. A monstrous figure stands tall. Yihun wonders, how does such a world exist? How did I? The monstrous form continues to grow. How did I end up in this world? He slices his sword. The monstrous jaws open wide, ready to devour everything. The world twists and distorts around him, an oppressive weight bearing down. He swings his hammer. A powerful strike shatters the world around him. The beast roars as Yihun screams, "Why me? This awakening is becoming too much to bear." The monstrous figure speaks, saying Yihun needed help sooner to handle Garnak's horn. The man recalls he wasn't here for him but for the workshop manager. He's the last pathetic one here. The man argues, how can a human that's never created a tower be an apprentice? The workshop manager laughs, claiming he's young and naive. Yihun quietly insists that he truly tried. He says, "I tried hard while watching you, Yihun, believe me." He boasts, "I mastered all skills related to blacksmithing, with 99% chance of success." He thinks he's been running from failure, not towards success. Yihun's limit is reached. The man is told, "You're someone that's worked harder than any other." An unknown voice explains Yihun's been using his abilities incorrectly. Is this the key to controlling this form? His intense gaze pierces through the darkness, sweat trickling down his face as he hesitates. He explains the refining process involves strengthening tools. Others ask why they can't use processing. It's because they haven't mastered the skill. He thinks, wait, if the principle is simple, shouldn't they do similar? The man questions how Yihun is using a skill without knowing its principles. He asks if he knows processing. The man shouts, "What?" as Yihun touches the energy. He realizes he's using processing, but how? The man urges Yihun to look closer and describe what he sees. Yihun wonders if particles are breaking down. It won't be easy. The man says, "Because of my hard work." He states that it is the world at fault. The world feels wrong. Someone claims, "You don't know why you keep messing up." He explains that Yihun's method is perfect for nightmares. What's a human's method? The monstrous figure asserts Yihun can only blame his human limitations now. He declares he can become like nightmares through hard work. He wonders, so, what is it that I'm supposed to do? The man says, you might be old but you can still fight, take one more close look. A single glowing eye floats above. Tendrils of dark energy swirl menacingly below. What will Yihun do? Has he always lived by looking at such a world? Can he even handle it? He questions how anyone could live in a world without skills or interfaces. A massive hand slams down. A shockwave of energy bursts outwards, ready to destroy. The world seems to be asking, are you really going to leave like this? The man declares, I need to go since production's complete. The figure says the blade likes Yiwen. He is asked if it's been named. The man nods in acknowledgement. He named his sword based on the phrase, a being of solitude. It's called Maverick. The monstrous figure questions, Maverick as in like a maverick general. He believes it's the best name. As the man walks away, the others bid farewell, wishing him a safe journey. Yiwen shouts W8. He shouts, in the world that you see, what do I look like? The form takes its final shape. The monstrous figure looks at Yiwen. He states in disbelief, a human. What is the man thinking now? The world shifts, yet Yiwen doesn't look back at what he's leaving behind. Chapter 17 begins, titled The World After the Fall. Yiwen stops, turning to face the crimson-haired woman. Why are you following me? He asks, suspicious of her motives. Claire smiles, tilting her head. How did you know I'm planning to kill you? Claire's gloved hand reaches out as she smiles with intent. What is she planning? Yiwen stares intently, his face shadowed as he questions Claire's motive. Yiwen sighs, thinking. Claire responds cheerfully, confirming she knows about the soul stone. Claire throws Yiwen a package. Your reaction has no life in it, she notes. Yiwen takes in Claire's words. He remembers Makel, knowing she holds the key. He will find the tree of imagery. Claire continues, speaking of the depth. She notes strong of the depth return. Yiwen replies, I won't return. Claire smiles as she thinks of the possibilities, her eyes glowing red. Claire declares she will, something. Yiwen wonders who Claire is and her place to speak. Claire questions Yiwen's self-centered nature, demanding what right he has to act without care. Yiwen listens to her accusations. The vendor states, I don't understand how you don't see these people as human. He says all people are people. Claire laughs wildly, claiming, I'm definitely a human too. Yiwen stares, suspicious of her true nature. Claire states with conviction, if I die, I'll die today. I'll never go back. Claire threatens, you'd better not think up any stupid ideas which, if not, someone will die. Yiwen stares intensely, his golden eyes glowing. What is it they want? An unknown character states that people are from the opposite side of the street. It's meaningless to save them. The unknown man reflects, no matter how many times he saves them, nothing changes. The narration describes a world dominated by wealth. The value of the soul is a high salary, nightmare. Claire declares Yiwen is the one who doesn't seem human. Let's part ways. Claire's crimson hair sways as she proclaims, we will never meet again. Yiwen wonders, why does that female? The men discuss that Claire betrayed them, and now the plan has been wasted. Claire's high heels click as she turns and walks away, leaving Yiwen alone. What is she planning to do? Claire ponders how things escalated to this point. She apologizes, saying, sorry, Auntie, I made you wait, right? A voice echoes, revealing they knew he was naive. What will they do now? An enemy states they should have stopped the events sooner. Claire lies injured, telling Granny to shut up. Janya Jumshinbang Elder asks, Witch of Massacre, how come you're here alone? Claire's eyes glow ominously as she states, you're more naive than you look. The panel shows terrified people. That person, Yiwen, the next panel shows rows of swords flying through a colorful sky, has gone to. Janya declares to Claire, you look like you're out of your mind, Witch of Massacre. With a mighty presence, soldiers wielding swords prepare for a shadow occult. An ominous voice states Claire is known as the Witch of Massacre. Can she prove her strength now? Claire plunges downwards, surrounded by a blue aura. A powerful sword is summoned before her. Claire lands with a thud. This action is swift and forceful, full of intent. Swathed in a purple aura, the masked swordsman lunges. The Witch of Massacre's words echo, urging destruction. Claire unleashes two crossed, luminous blades. Will this be enough to vanquish Yiwen? A menacing figure prepares to strike. He wields a large, unusual-looking sword. Someone refers to Claire as a bare-skinned witch and likes the name more. A sound barrier is set no one will hear. An ominous voice commands them to stop talking and bring Yihun immediately. If not, they will be hunted by the dark forest. Above, a dark hand looms. Claire prepares to unleash 7 daggers of Akram, frozen fencing. The masked swordsman slices through the air, commenting, "Quite cute, that trickery of yours." An unknown character is yelling, "You, witch of massacre." He seems very angry. Claire looks stressed, muttering, this damn." Below, the cloaked man thinks, "I've only come to think of this now." A voice wonders if a path exists back to the past. Claire thinks, "I want to return to the past." The masked swordsman stands above the witch of massacre. "Would I have seen this world's fall?" he thinks. The masked swordsman slices forward with incredible speed. Claire's expression remains hidden, but her intentions are clear. The swordsmen are shocked to see the witch of massacre in such dire straits. Yihun lands, creating a loud thud as he touches the ground. "I really hate this kind of deployment." Claire complains that the clothes don't fit, but questions, did he come for clothes? Another voice states Yihun is making things easier for them. Is it the location service? A man demands to know if they have the nightmare before an exclamation breaks out. Yihun asks, "Where is the nightmare?" As Yihun holds Maverick, the weight of what's to come settles upon him. Yihun demands that the mare be brought to him immediately. Someone tells Yihun he's as crazy as the rumors say. Another warns him that his opponent is a 4th-stage adapter. Yihun scoffs. The opponent dismisses Yihun's warnings. They're confident they won't lose against him. The opponent, looking down on Yihun, declares him a reckless simpleton. He vows to teach Yihun a lesson with a powerful ice blast. A blast of ice hurtles towards his face. The overwhelming power shocks Yihun. "What?" he exclaims. The ice manipulator is shocked Yihun dodged the attack. He wonders if he's one of the mighty of the abyss. The ice manipulator wonders if a 4th-stage adapter is as strong as the beast. Claire is caught off guard by the booming voice. The captor turns to the source, a cruel smile spreading across his face. "Bring it on if you want." Before the ice manipulator can react, Yihun delivers a devastating blow. Someone yells to hang in there to Ajima, then Claire questions if he can do it. Yihun declares his sole goal: find the mare and cut down anyone in his way. The punch connects, sending shockwaves through the room. Claire, horrified, realizes the hostage is a human. The impact explodes outwards as a blinding light fills the room. Claire screams, her face a mask of terror. The ice manipulator orders his undead minions to start attacking immediately. The undead minion screams its order, "Right now." Yihun grits his teeth, "Damn it." Then he draws his sword. The ice manipulator unleashes an icy blast. Yihun braces himself as he is ready to attack. The blast destroys the building, sending debris flying in every direction. Amidst the chaos, someone exclaims, what's happening?" The intense light subsides, revealing the devastating impact of Yihun's punch. "That's..." he stammers, utterly shocked. The enemy reports the soundproof barrier is broken. The leader orders, "Let's move." The leader barks the order to surround the bar. One of his subordinates confirms the order. Knights converge upon the location, recognizing their target, Yihun SSI. Someone questions the chaos. The blonde man retorts, "You came at the right time." He points, "That guy is breaking the laws." The blonde man observes the chaos and the law breaking. To try to destroy the world with the mare, he is questioned back. The leader declares everyone will be arrested without a warrant. Someone mutters about the gesture. The leader yells, "We'll retreat for now." Yihun scoffs, "Do you think you can get away?" Silver restraints form. Yihun is restrained by silver chains. He clenches his teeth, realizing the leader is trying to escape. The silver restraints materialize, but another announces any further resistance is futile. Yihun answers, "Not a chance." The ice manipulator is launched skyward by the force of Yihun's blow. The room implodes inwards. "Ah-ag," he screams. Yihun's Maverick flashes bright as he and the ice manipulator prepare for their next clash. As the ice manipulator soars, his rage explodes. "You darn bastard, go to hell." The ice manipulator uses his chains. An explosion of icy energy is released from the silver chains. The force of Yihuan's strike sends the ice manipulator through the roof. The building is destroyed by the impact. Chains bind the ice manipulator as he desperately cries, "I surrender." Yihuan replies, "That's a wise decision." The mysterious voice emanates from the shadows as an armored figure emerges. "I heard you're as naive as righteous." The chains snap under the surge of unleashed dark energy. An explosion rings out. Above the ruined building, someone exclaims, "I didn't think we'd use the black cloud." The armored figure worries for someone. That fool should have worn his mask. He hopes they survive the black cloud. Xiaolring is introduced as the Forbidden Heaven clan elder. He questions, "Is the Witch of Massacre that powerful?" Someone realizes Yihuan is caught in the silver restraints. Another laughs. He inhaled the black cloud. He anticipates the show to come. Yihuan is suspicious. A voice questions Janya, "Who the hell is that guy?" Yihuan prepares to strike as the ice manipulator floats high. A massive icy beam descends. Amidst the chaos, a voice wonders, "Who's that guy?" Another replies, "I'm more curious about that." The mysterious figure wonders how Yihuan is unaffected by the black cloud. Yihuan catches Claire, cradling her gently as she stares, lost in shock. A group appears amidst the ruins. One asks, "Are they the cleanup party?" Yihuan states, "How annoying." The world after the end continues, introducing a cloaked figure in Chapter 19. Yihuan grits his teeth, forced to rely on an item. He thinks, "I really didn't." From above, Garnak's majesty descends upon Yihuan. The raw power is felt even by onlookers. The onlookers are shocked by the raw power. Yihuan is engulfed by Garnak's monstrous presence and is heard yelling in pain. Garnak's majesty intensifies its attack. Purple lightning crackles around a struggling Yihuan. Garnak's majesty steps forward, purple energy crackling. An unknown character on the ground questions, "What the heck is with that?" The unknown character is bewildered, wondering how Yihuan fights with the monster. He shouts, "I'll leave this in your hands, that bastard." The monster's overwhelming power causes the unknown character to collapse, muttering his name. Yihuan grits his teeth, accepting his fate, but a voice tells him that there is a way for him to survive. Yihuan demands, "Answer me, where's the mare that you guys are hiding?" The man grits his teeth and questions where the mare is hidden. The man warns that if he reveals the location, escaping alive would be pointless. He would rather be dead. The unknown man is battered and broken. He accepts his fate, "If I'm going to die either way." The dying man weakly presents a glowing blue crystal. "That's," he struggles to say, "a spirit stone." He thinks to himself that people might think these people eat drugs. Suddenly, a mysterious figure appears and says, "That's not a drug." Despite gaining the spirit stone, Yihuan is still struggling against the monster. Wants to die. The powerful attack from above shakes the onlookers. They scream, "What the hell is that?" Garnak's majesty continues his assault on Yihuan. Onlookers watch in terror at the unstoppable power. Yihuan is pummeled by Garnak's majesty, yelling out in pain. He is being overwhelmed by the monster's relentless attacks and might not be able to recover. A monstrous vision unfolds, with decaying figures against a blood-red sky. Is this the truth of this world? Garnak's majesty looms large as Yihuan questions himself, "What good is dignity?" The monstrous entity of Garnak's majesty looms, ready to unleash another devastating attack. This is free. Garnak's majesty yells, "You sneaky bastard, there you are." The onlookers can only watch in terror. Despite the immense pain, Yihuan stands tall. A blue light emanates from his sword, a glimmer of hope. Above, the words "in this world" hang in the air as Yihuan's eyes glow. What's with this guy? Garnak's majesty is puzzled. I can't see what he is even with question. But Yihuan is ready well. Yihuan's sword glows with energy as Garnak prepares another devastating blow. Garnak's majesty declares, "It doesn't matter." Yihuan is now glowing blue from head to toe. The devastating blow lands as Yihuan is sent spiraling away from Garnak's majesty. Garnak's majesty roars in fury, its glowing red eye filled with rage. Is this the end for Yihuan? The battle rages on as the red rain continues to pour. Raining again, someone ponders. Garnak's majesty attacks, causing a shockwave of power. Yiwen's hand is still glowing with the power of the spirit stone. The figure wonders what the hell was with that guy. He knows that he needs to find the remnants from the read-in. The mysterious cloaked figure stands in the rain, thinking about who knows the mare. With the ominous title The World After the End, the story continues in Chapter 20. The crimson-haired woman is concerned and tells him not to approach. She notes that he's still sick. The inner fortress must be alerted. An injured soldier lies on the ground unconscious. Debris covers the floor. Grasping weakly, a desperate plea escapes her lips. Kill me while I'm still me. Despite her pleas, the man is still human. Yiwen's eyes widen, his expression resolute and intense. An eerie thought surfaces as he cradles her in his arms, concern etched on his face. He can't understand her, yet she's dead. But Yiwen's memory flashes. A surge of power begins to well inside him, and his eyes glow with a golden light. Despite his awakening power, someone yells, "Wait a minute," and grabs his arm. But it might not be too late. Someone says she must go to a medical facility. She asks to wait a moment. The guards stand watch in front of the triage tents, spears at the ready. Yiwen wonders if she can survive. Deadification is progressing, making survival near impossible. A Gorgon 4 alert sounds, warning of a dead appearing. People rush, confused and scared, as they are ordered to evacuate. The nearby man is fearful. Where are we supposed to evacuate to? He frantically asks. The deads have already reached the triage tents. The dark energy lashes out, striking those nearby. A dead appears. It crashes through the triage tent, trampling the ground beneath its feet. The dead towers over the people. Some stand frozen, others ready to fight. With a swing of his sword, Yiwen prepares to strike the rampaging dead. A hooded man asks, "Are you the person that Mino talked about?" He wants to reject all the rules. With a grim expression, the hooded man claims he knows people like Yiwen very well. He claims to have seen them before. The hooded man states they don't have a choice and probably have no courage. Yiwen questions courage for the sake of what? The hooded man continues his speech. He says Yiwen probably goes after something. The hooded man continues, admitting he lacks courage. He states that he knows something. The hooded man stands before Yiwen, stating, "I know that you're dangerous." A voice urges him to leave, a desperate plea for him to evacuate the area. People find hope when they look at you. The hooded man's face contorts in anger. "If you're here, people will fall into greater despair. I hope someone like you would." Before Yiwen can respond, a voice echoes with a plea, "Please don't give up on this world." Asking about the remaining medicine, they find little left to help the fortress master. A soldier yells to bring it all. At the same time, someone is frantically crushing a horned beast's horn into a remedy. Knowing how to use the horns, one states they can't believe even Trihorns failed. The man wonders if anyone can revert a dead. His anger flares, asking if they think he wants this. Yiwen grabs the hooded man, demanding he wake up with a question to ask. Someone yells, asking how dare he do that to the captain. The captain seems stunned. The woman in Yiwen's arms is becoming a dead right before his eyes. Irk. The captain's subordinates call to him. The woman in his arms has one last request. In her final moments, the woman tells Yiwen he is the only one who can kill her. The hooded man realizes Yiwen possesses a seriously useless loyalty. If others were like him, it would never be necessary. An alert blares, soul corruption is at 94%. Yiwen recalls being trapped in the tower for 40 years. The alert declares deadification is about to begin, ordering everyone out of the way. The Demon Extermination Squad Captain Jahir readies himself. His expression displays shock and concern. The captain states they must follow Gorgon's special laws, Article 1 Verse 4. He will get rid of Carlton, the Northern Inspection Gate captain, and one other individual. Yiwen is seen. The story continues in the world after the end. The man declares his intentions. He'll eliminate Carlton and another immediately. The man pauses, seemingly surprised. He declares he won't let the other man kill him, stopping the attack. The man is shocked that his blade was stopped. He is unsure of the masked man's identity. Carlton is in danger. The masked man declares they're here to stop Yiwen from becoming a dead. Another man believes he has a solution. The man gasps seeing Garnak's horn being crushed. He screams at Yihun for his recklessness. Carlton sighs in relief as the measuring device stops fluctuating, so recklessly. Carlton cries out Captain. In anguish, the man winces, his face tight with grief. He yells Mino, seeing her lying motionless on the floor. The system warns her soul corruption is too high, deadification is beginning and can't be stopped. He yells for Chunghyo. Someone suggests an old geezer could use dead slash. Another explains a dead slash only cuts away corruption. He can't call the divine physician. Someone calls something as trivial. Then the man stands firm, asking to be let through. The man's eyes narrow with determination. He must get through to Chunghyo no matter what. The man states he will kill the woman because that's what she asked him to do. Why would she ask for that? Masked assailants restrain Carlton, demanding, "What do you think you're doing right now?" They demand an immediate stop to it. Yihun writhes in pain. Yihun's burning resolve intensifies as he clenches his fist. He prepares to break free, ready to save Mino. The masked figure prepares to strike. He seems confused by their actions. The masked figure pauses. What on earth is this? He smiles, amused by the current situation. He wonders how Mino got hurt. He declares he will help her, while another voice seems to question it all. Eyes narrowed, the man demands to know who his attacker is. He then asks how they entered his world. He sighs, contemplating Yihun's actions. How does a noble soul possess such a narrow mind? The masked figure's question skill fails to affect the old man. He believes the old man is the source of Mino's corruption. If he kills him, she might survive. A figure in black prepares to attack. Green energy surges from his blade. The old man is shocked and in disbelief. He asks how the masked figure stopped his sword, normal slash. As the dust settles, the man is shocked and exclaims, "That person is." He is still in pursuit. The old man is furious, demanding to know who the masked figure is and how they dare do that to his world. He looks down at the horn. The old man screams, lamenting the loss of his trihorn sword. Then he wonders if Yihun broke it himself. The man looks up surprised. He questions Chunghyo's sudden appearance. "Why are you here?" The old man shouts, thinking of Mino as he wonders what Yihun will do now. His dead slash failed because of Yihun. Chunghyo's eyes widen as he sees the sword, recognizing it. "Wait, that sword," he exclaims, admiring the weapon. The old man is baffled. The masked figure asks where he got something so rare. Chunghyo says he will lend him a sword. The masked figure confidently declares he can save her. Someone is shocked. He just lent his sword. He wonders why he trusts him so easily, then he shrugs it off. That's not important right now. The old man observes the scene. He claims the masked figure's sword is just like its owner. The old man stands ready, his eyes set on the figure. He asks, "Shall we see what it's capable of then?" Yihun is surrounded by dark energy as the title card is displayed. Chapter 22 begins in the world after the fall as Yihun stares forward. Yihun looks up and asks himself if this is the illusion from before. Yihun realizes this isn't an illusion, it's his skill, suspicion. "Wait patiently, brat." The story continues with the words, "This is how this old man sees the world." The sword Maverick is stuck in the ground. Yihun stares at it, lost in thought. He may not be an adapter. Yihun is silent, then grumbles about his lack of spiritual energy. If only it weren't for the Castellan. Yihun is surprised by what he sees in front of him and stands ready. The world is crumbling around him. Yihun notices something and yells, "No, my picture." The mysterious man says sorry and that this situation is quite embarrassing. He lies on the ground defeated. The mysterious man mocks Yihun for not being able to adapt. "I can't slash." Yihun clenches his fist tightly. "Even if it's just mimicry," he yells, commanding the mysterious man to stop. The mysterious man yells that ghoul slash isn't something anyone can do. Yihun, in a fit of rage, tells the mysterious man to shut it, for the first time. The black energy pools on the ground, like ink bleeding into water. Yihun says with determination that he picked up a sword to save someone. There are others to save. The mysterious man shouts, "What in the world?" He then tries to remember what she looks like. Oh, right. The black energy explodes from Yihun's body, striking the ground. the mysterious man is knocked backwards. And Yihun lands a hit on the man but pauses, wondering if something is missing. Right. A ghostly image of a woman looms over Yihun as the caption reads, "She believes in people." A sudden realization strikes the mysterious man, "Thank you for reminding me that she had a mole." The text indicates that her corruption level is dropping. Yihun looks on, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. The mysterious man is shocked the ghoulification stopped, as Yihun calls out to Mino and Claire. The mysterious man calls Yihun narrow-minded. He then asks Yihun who he is. Ghoul/no ghoul stab. The mysterious man seems worried. Did Yihun copy Ghoul/? He doesn't want to admit it, but it's true. The mysterious man states that Yihun is just like him. He declares Yihun is an awakener. It is said these unordinary beings escaped the rules of the system. They rejected adaptation. The narration states that only a few people are known as awakeners, even in Great Land. The mysterious man recalls what was said. If someone else uses Ghoul/, the Castellan could be saved. Suddenly, a voice booms out, claiming permission from the inner castle. He demands they move aside. A figure emerges from the shadows, his presence commanding attention. Dark Shadow Captain, the mysterious man utters. The Dark Shadow Captain, a 5th stage adapter, wonders why they're present. They've already exterminated the ghouls. A voice booms out, addressing the Dark Shadow Captain by name and title. The inner castle wonders who is here with the Dark Shadow Captain. The doctor, Yihun, is also confused. The Dark Shadow Captain pauses, hearing someone mention an envoy of the Green Pyrus. The scene shifts, a voice echoes, "We finally meet Mr. Yihun." The figure announces his name, Yurhan Cheever, commander of Gorgon Castle. Yurhan Cheever introduces himself to Yihun, commander of Gorgon Castle. The mysterious man chuckles, remarking that the current situation is as the doctor told him. The commander starts by saying, "Mr. Yihun, I'll get to the point. Are you an envoy of the Green Pyrus?" Yihun bluntly replies, "No." The commander asks again if Yihun is an envoy of Green Pyrus. Yihun recalls using one of those crystals before. It corrupts your spirit. He wonders where the owners are. The commander is furious. How dare someone harm one of the 5 noble clans? Commander Yurhan states that he killed them. The captain is speechless and shocked. The commander is confused as the mysterious man explains they wanted his horn. That's why he fought them. The commander thinks back. The Green Pyrus clan is a greedy group. He then addresses Yihun by name. The episode begins, titled The World After the End, Chapter 23. Yihun is asked to recall the details of what happened after entering chaos. He recalls being caught in something by chance, entering chaos, then obtaining spirit stones. He recalls encountering a divine physician by chance. He also learned dead/ after seeing it just once. Yihun says, I get it now. The inner administrator asks if Yihun believes his own words. He confirms he does, much to the others' shock. The divine physician is shown. The inner admin explains, to gain someone's trust, I need to trust them. He is asked a question in the middle of his flashback. The body you have right now is a living one, is that right? He states he didn't clear the main game. Yihun destroyed the Tower of Nightmare. Yihun states that his physical body is probably still on Earth. How does he know he's not dead? He continues that he got caught up in something by chance and entered chaos. He adds, no one in chaos. Someone asks if he's hiding because he is being threatened. Yihun replies, maybe, maybe not. The mysterious man continues, clarifying his actions and apologizing for spying on Yihun the past 4 days. The mysterious man states that Yihun knew. He admits Yihun is too strong. The mysterious man reads reports detailing Yihun's actions in Twilight Dusk. He crushed Garnak's horn in the process, wasting valuable material. The man wonders aloud what others would call Yihun after hearing all this. The man watching Yihun is unsure if he is a hero or a villain. Another believes he is just crazy. He is told people call him by various names. The mysterious man states that people like you are called protagonists. The mysterious man states that protagonists like Yihun are usually famous. Yihun questions the situation. He scoffs and says he's not famous at all. He continues, stating that someone is hiding his information and power is hostile to him. The man continues, stating that Yiwen is a protagonist being chased. He escaped to chaos. He believes a power is chasing him and wonders if it's the monarch of pitch darkness. The man wonders how strong the monarchs really are and dismisses introductions. The mysterious man states that the Gorgon fortress will protect Yiwen. He questions if it is strong enough. The man asks if Yiwen is pursued by the 12 monarchs. He smiles, amused that it is possible one of them is. Yiwen asks what they want in return for their help. They say he only needs to do them one favor. The Northern Inspection Gate captain and the woman are in the treatment center. The mysterious man asks if Yiwen prefers the training ground over the VIP room. A challenge is made, thrust against Slash. The man questions Yiwen, asking if he cleared the Tower of Master as well. Yiwen wonders if he knows something. The mysterious man proposes a deal. If Yiwen wins, he'll answer his questions. The mysterious man states, "That's probably impossible for you though." Yiwen's golden eyes narrow in response. Below, a chain and cauldron hangs over a fire. Something has cracked. Yiwen turns his head, eyes glancing over at a crumbled wall. He's challenged to let's fight again. Yiwen narrows his eyes, stating the fight has already been decided before it even began. Old man. The mysterious man claims he hasn't used his ultimate technique for Yiwen's safety. He claims the technique is deadly. The mysterious man asks Yiwen how old he is. Yiwen replies, around 60 probably. The mysterious man scoffs, declaring he's 1,000 years old. Thrusting is nothing against his 1,000 years of slashing. The mysterious man states that Yiwen looks like he's only done this for 10 years. The clash is intense. The mysterious man shouts at Yiwen, calling him a brat. The mysterious man's eyes widen as he clashes with Yiwen. The force of the attack is intense. The two clash, an incredible force reverberating through the training grounds. Their power is visible and intense. Yiwen and the mysterious man unleash their power in an explosive clash. An intense flurry of energy fills the training grounds as the battle continues. The image is a cover page, Chapter 24 of Season 1 of The World After the Fall. Yiwen unleashes a surge of dark power. The room is filled with energy. Yiwen's power grows as he gets ready to attack. Dust and debris rise around him as the energy intensifies. A mysterious voice mocks Yiwen, unimpressed by his show of power. Yiwen is surprised, even his normal stab isn't enough. The voice analyzes Yiwen's stab, deeming it pretty useful, but asks its name. Yiwen calls his attack normal stab. The mysterious voice finds the name condescending. But as Yiwen prepares to unleash another attack, a presence looms nearby, observing him intently. A stronger force is arriving. The observer's eye widens, shocked by the power about to be unleashed. The scene reveals the Soul King of Chaos, looming over a battlefield filled with weapons. Yiwen remembers the fear he felt when facing the Soul King of Chaos. The mysterious voice compares Yiwen to the Soul King of Chaos. Can I even slash something like that? Yiwen's power destroys the area. Gorgon Castle is nothing but rubble. Yiwen's ominous presence casts a shadow. Someone is desperately pleading with him to stop. Someone yells, "I admit defeat, you bastard," as they are defeated. The destruction Yiwen caused leads to the 5th region of the Great Land, the Steel region. Someone demands to know what that pitch-black bastard did to cause this destruction. Tell me again. The mysterious figure reports the pitch-black monarch is in contact with chaos. He is confused and wonders why. The monarch of pitch darkness is stating the monarchs of the Great Land made a pact with chaos. The person is asked to look at the screen. A video titled 99th Floor Solo Clear is circulating. Someone wonders what it's about. The person asks if the video is fake. It was the 9th region's pitch-black monarch's contract. Where is it now? Yiwen broke through the tower, refusing to clear the tutorial, and ran to chaos. The man's eyes widen as he hears Yiwen killed the cultivator. That's a joke, right? The leader asks, do the 9th region bastards have a connection to chaos? Someone confirms this is. The pitch-black monarch has been interfering with chaos. Some of the 10 sects of chaos communicate with him regularly. Someone is talking to the pitch-black monarch. They demand to know what he's plotting. He's sending a notice so he can travel to chaos, to watch and understand what's going on. The focus shifts to chaos. Someone wonders how Chingyo is doing in that dangerous place. Someone hopes Yiwen is staying out of trouble. Stoop, an elder yells at someone. The mysterious figures lands on the ground. Someone wonders how he can be so powerful after only stabbing for 40 years. Someone angrily warns, don't bullshit me, but is it Yiwen talking? Someone is overwhelmed by Yiwen's power. Wait, could it be? He recognizes the energy. It's not energy or fighting spirit. It's Yiwen's hostility and intent to refine the world. Yiwen prepares to unleash his power, his hands surrounded by glowing energy. The focus is on the stabbing. Someone says, I don't believe this, brat. Someone states they have become stabbing itself and stabbing the world. Another character says, I told you. Yiwen coldly states, I did it 10 billion times. He then asks if the person remembers the paper. Someone looks at the blade in disbelief, questioning, old man. Before their duel, they write a contract. The loser must grant the winner's wish. Defeated, the old man says, fine, I get it. Yiwen doesn't need entertainment, just honest answers to his questions. The old man thinks to himself, he agrees to answer Yiwen's questions with a caveat, let's go out for a walk. The man asks what the master's tower is. He is reminded that nightmares create the towers. Only special towers unrelated to cultivation can be called master's tower. But why? The towering structure looms. Occasionally, awakeners appear among those who conquer master's towers. Someone asks if the other man is also from a master's tower, to which he confirms from Melville's fourth tower. A giant white whale appears on the first floor of the tower, hunting people. Yiwen reflects on the past. It might be laughable now, but back then it was a calamity. The old man has been defeated. A mixture of shock and sadness washes over him. The old man guesses Yiwen is also from a master's tower. Whose tower did you clear? The old man looks surprised and utters, Mulak. Someone scoffs, wondering if anyone cleared Mulak's tower. Someone above is looking down at Yiwen. I used to journey with him. The mysterious man reveals he's traveled with someone. His companion is shocked. You've traveled with Mullark. He responds, that story is a little long. The old man narrows his eyes. Let's take a walk outside, he suggests, a hint of challenge in his voice. Yiwen orders 1 unicorn kebab, please. Is he going to set up a street stall for the time being? The old man prepares to eat the unicorn kebab with anticipation. He must be hungry. Someone pours 2 jugs of beer. Since someone destroyed my bar, he gets called crazy for opening a store again. Amidst the lively atmosphere, a strange feeling lingers in the air. I guess you feel like something's off. The old man is pouring beer down his throat. It doesn't feel like they're alive, he exclaims about the food. The old man reflects, the original chaos was a blessed world. Is this a memory? This was a place of rest for souls worn by Almighty Land's war. They regained their lives after being released. Someone yells out, this bastard, don't you have eyes? What's happening over there? The drunkards squabble nearby. Yiwen drinks, narrowing his eyes. Aren't they just drunkards? Someone complains that the beer tastes like water. Another says they are acting drunk. Chaos changes people. Humans began to crave the struggles of their former lives, even death. They wanted to feel alive again. However, drunkards appeared one day. They embarked on an impossible expedition to rediscover real life. Someone exclaims that's a large army is standing at the edge of the cliff. Someone declares the Abyss expedition. Another asks, why go to the abyss? The old man responds, to look for the fruit of resurrection. The fruits hang on the illusion tree's branches, found at the abyss's end. Yihun ponders resurrection. Can someone who's dead be revived? The old man answers with certainty, yeah. The old man explains that eating the fruit of resurrection is the only way to revive the dead, thus forming the Abyss expedition. The old man reminisces, at that time I had already awakened and I was fearless. The other questions if Mullark joined. Yeah, the old man affirms, he was the captain that led the expedition. The scene changes to the illusion tree. Swarms of firefly-like creatures buzz around. The Abyss expedition heads towards it. An unknown person is spectating Yihun's progress. Awakened, huh, how interesting, he comments. It must be tough on you, save it. Is Yihun suffering because of the cultivation process? He's gripping his weapon tight. Swords clash with tremendous energy. Then someone questions, why is a mare going to the abyss? Don't mares usually coop themselves in a room and create towers? I have nothing to say to that. He clenches his sword, he's apologizing for the mares. I've never heard of that. The old man states that the reason he went to the illusion tree is the abyss. He's going there too. Is because of that tower, he declares, the one that ends all cultivation. The old man declares the true motivation for joining the dangerous expedition. It's to end all cultivation. Yihun asks with anticipation, did the expedition succeed in the end? I was only able to reach the abyss's entrance. He was left behind, but Mullark reached the top. As fruits fell, the expedition returned to chaos with arms full. Yihun wonders why the old man is still there. Old man, get your facts straight. The expedition was a failure, he retorts. What do you know? You weren't even there. They only got the fruit, the old man continues, when we return to chaos. A gruesome maw appears with rows of sharp teeth. What has the old man stirred? The monarchs and patriarchs of Almighty Land now appear before the old man. The old man says that they didn't have the courage to return. The expedition members were no match for them. There was an overwhelming difference in power, the old man says in anguish. The fruit was stolen from us. The old man reveals they've been doing that for 900 years. It's as if they have a resurrection palace. A man questions, is that why they're all so lethargic? Yihun recalls Mullark. Oi, old man, someone interrupts, it's useless, he's really drunk. After the expedition, the old man claims no one saw the mare again. While I failed, I also didn't fail. He bows his head in gratitude. If it wasn't for you, my captain would have died. Yihun looks surprised. Don't tell me you've forgotten me. The guard winks at Yihun. Of course, keep this a secret from my captain. The guard is still thinking about Mullark. He's in deep thought. Someone shouts for a divine physician. All eyes turn to Yihun as he sits in the corner. Someone shouts Yihun is the demon extermination squad captain. He is being recognized. Is he that famous? The World After the End, Chapter 26. The crowd yells, Divine Physician, as they are eager to be saved by this healer from some unforeseen doom. Before the crowd gets healed, the captain warns, we've got big trouble. As the fortress master falls, someone remarks about the concerning energy that is being released. Someone mutters the word dead, a sign of the fortress master's corruption. The spiritual pressure is tenfold, much stronger than the deads they fought today. He states, I won't ask you to compensate for the damages. He confirms that's right. Apparently Fortress Master's condition is called deadification. He adds, he suddenly went berserk today. The speaker insists the Fortress Master is a good person despite everything. Someone realizes Yihun can perform dead slash, since the divine physician is asleep and request him to do it. He refuses. These tremors, it can't be. The captain appears to understand what's happening and is extremely alarmed. The fortress is being destroyed by some unknown force, the fortress master. The fortress master yells, "Damn it!" As corruption envelops him, someone yells out, "You guys." The warrior in the sky recognizes his old acquaintance, the demon extermination squad captain. Nearby, someone identifies Yihun as the dead/user. He asks them to step aside, knowing the urgency of the situation. They refuse. Whose orders? He scoffs, "Go against the heavens, huh?" Apparently disagreeing with this foreign concept. The only heaven we have. He states that this heaven is forbidden heaven. Buildings collapse as everything is being destroyed. Someone has been defeated, engulfed by darkness and destruction. Someone yells, "Get away, sir," amidst a burst of rubble and energy. With tremendous force, he slices into the collapsing building. The sword glows as the fortress is being cut. Despite being surrounded by the Forbidden Heaven allies, Yihun continues his assault unfazed. Someone remarks, "Ho, he's doing quite well." He admits, "I didn't expect the Forbidden Heaven clan here." He questions them, "Do you know who I am?" The warrior declares they are not the same as before. He warns, "Think carefully, Despair Tower Captain, Disruption Tower Captain." Someone shouts, "If you go back, I'm sure the fortress master will forgive you." The warrior questions, "What's bound underground?" Another comments that the fortress master can't even control his own strength. Deep below, the fortress master is chained and transformed. He states the corrupted master can't even distinguish between good and evil. It is not the heaven they served before. He states believe he will return, his eyes glow, then he claims this is why. The warrior states conversations don't work for us, as he dashes towards his target. Amidst the chaos and destruction, one of the warriors claims that Yihun forced their hand, "If you had been a little smarter." One of the warriors is surprised as he recognizes him. "Isn't that so, Demon Extermination Squad Captain?" The warrior grinds his teeth, shocked by their sudden power. He is unable to gauge their strength. It's not normal anymore. They yell out to run away quickly, as the fortress master's deification process becomes increasingly dangerous. He groans in pain. Yihun midair hurtles towards the ground. Below, the warrior grumbles, "This is revenge for pushing me just now." Before Yihun can react, he is asked again if he can perform the dead slash. He responds, "What if I am?" He looks like a non-adapter on the outside. Can he even fight? The warrior smirks. He prepares a punch with immense energy and asks, "About a punch like this?" The warrior is ready to unleash his furious punch. The energy is building, ready to strike Yihun. The Disruption Tower Captain watches Yihun's descent with a smirk. The fortress master, now a monstrous dead, wreaks havoc as the fortress crumbles around them. With a fierce gaze, he states, "You guys have too many openings for you to call this a defense." The warrior unleashes a devastating slash, attempting to cut Yihun down, but Yihun deflects the blade. The clash sends shockwaves through the crumbling fortress. As Yihun plummets, someone says, "You, weakling, is this the end?" Despite his current situation, he notices a significant increase in energy. What kind of energy is this? He realizes, no. Someone asks if Yihun thinks he can save the fortress master. Another thinks it's ridiculous. Yihun is being kicked downward. As he falls, he notices the Demon Extermination Squad captain on the ground. As Yihun falls, he notices the captain's stance. He is ready to fight. This can't be. Chapter 27 begins in a world devastated. The man is ready with sword. He stares down the beast, the weight of the world bearing down on him. He will protect them. The hero's eyes pierce through the darkness. He locks his focus on the enemy before him, ready to strike. The title card reveals we're diving into Chapter 27, The World After the Fall. The corridors stand silent and ominous, a reminder of the ghastly aftermath. It hasn't even been a day since Ghoul Slash. The narrator tells the audience that Ghoul Slash was performed, with ominous men standing behind. Chains clatter to the ground. He mentions a doctor visited the chained figure, who has calmed down. The man questions why the chained figure is rampaging once more. The cure may have been close. He reflects that Yihun's Ghoul Slash is still an imitation. The Castellan's situation is very dire, unlike Miino's. The men are surprised it's Yihun. The Castellan's condition worsened. Ghoul Slash might work, the man thinks. The man declares one of them must know about Yihun. He knew about the traitor. He reveals people who can manipulate spiritual corruption have appeared. Is this not the Green Pyrus clan's doing? The man questions why the other doubts him, especially in matters of spiritual corruption. Did you forget who I am? The old man declares that he lived through hellish wars, but will help Gorgon. The men gasp in disbelief. The Castellan, a figure of strength, now lies corrupted and deathly ill. The panel ominously declares and were silenced. What did they witness that cost them their voices or even lives? The man is surprised and mutters, could it be Mahan? He orders everyone to be on guard, sensing grave danger. It's dangerous, let's wait for the doctor, one man says while another retorts, are you planning to kill the Castellan? The man reveals they cannot defeat the Castellan even if they charged. He declares he will perform the ghoul seal. Someone objects, seeing it as a final option. It'll be too late, they yell, ghoul seal requires a specter crystal. A subordinate alerts the commander of their arrival. The commander says, everyone already knows, so there's no need to hide it. The tension is palpable. He's here, one of the men declares, as a dark figure appears holding a strange shield. The man voices disbelief, shocked to learn that the traitor is someone close. The man realizes the shield contains a specter crystal from Yihun, an item key to Gorgon's future. He demands an explanation. The man rebukes the traitor, revealing what could happen to the Castellan. He accuses the traitor of planning to turn the Castellan into a mega-ghoul. You've seen it with your own eyes. It's revealed mega-ghouls command countless ghouls, bringing ruin. Do you want that? The Castellan is rampaging, but the doctor is absent. The man declares his current opinions are valid, however. The man explains ghoul seal is a secret technique from the Green Pyrus clan. Someone questions how to bring one of them, but the man replies, worry not. The dark figure appears with a strange book in hand. I've already called people that have learned that secret technique. The man realizes these people aren't from the Green Pyrus clan, but they can still perform the seal. Things are going terribly wrong. The panel reveals the ghastly scene. If the ghoul seal is performed like this, all his power will be put into the crystal. In chaos, power is not hereditary, a specter crystal with the Castellan's energy. The man is shocked. Someone can hold the specter crystal without being Green Pyrus, like Mr. Yihun. They declare the ability to manipulate spiritual corruption has emerged and is responsible. He is shocked, muttering if it was all according to the external commander's plans. Men, stop the external commander. Silence falls as men collapse unconscious on the ground. What has happened here? The man is overwhelmed. He can't believe what is happening before him. No. They were all in on it. The traitor cradles the specter crystal. The Castellan lies helpless nearby. The man is powerless to intervene. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry, Castellan. The old man laments his failure. Because of my complacency, I failed to protect Gorgon. Tears stream down as the traitor bows his head. I'm truly sorry, sir. The camera pans down from the tearful old man, showing a chasm filled with blue energy. A surge of corrupted power erupts from the chasm. The room begins to shake violently, debris flying everywhere. The power surge rocks the fortress, a cataclysmic change engulfing Gorgon. Above the fortress, the men gaze down. What in the world, they mutter. Millennia pass by, but souls that can't withstand time will grow old and corrupted. The curse spreads, turning them into mindless deads. Yihun is experiencing the first stage of this affliction. Yihun struggles against his deadification state. I'll just rip it away. What impressive mental fortitude. The monstrous voice echoes, however, that's all there is to you.